Shalom, 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 Yasha'Allah, Shabbat shalom to all the Hebrew family out there. All praises to Yahweh by Shema Mashiach H.O.I. Shabbat shalom. Welcome to a special quick Sabbath lesson from H.O.I. via priest Zabach. All praises to Yahweh by Shema Mashiach H.O.I. Hallelujah, Kwam Yasha'Allah. We still got next. All praises to Yahweh and Yahweh Shai forever and ever. Amen. So shalom, y'all. On this special Sabbath today, this beautiful, glorious Sabbath. All right, like I feel like singing a song, Good Times. These are the good times by the group Chic. Today is a beautiful Shabbat. All right, Shabbat Shalom, Amina, Shabbat Shalom, Shem. Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Today is a beautiful Shabbat. Today is 9/11, 20 years later. All right, a great destruction and prophecy that happened to America, Babylon, and it's 20 years later. And 20 years later, what's going on? We're in the midst of the so-called pandemic. All right, but they forcing the jab, shot, vax on you. They forcing that liquid in your body. And there's a lot going on in Israel. But this is just a short impromptu lesson. I don't know, I felt compelled to say something about 9/11. It's been 20 years and the so-called war on terror. All of a sudden, America is coming out of Afghanistan and the Taliban is taking back over. I thought you was going there to get rid of the Taliban, to shut the Taliban down. All right, now the Taliban has seized the government again, and you got Afghan refugees coming to America now. They're getting $2,300 a month from the government or whatever stimulus package Biden is going to give them. So there's a lot of timing. All this stuff is going on. It's timing. It's the so-called white man, the Illuminati, and the powers that be, the secret societies. They do a lot of things with timing. All right. 20 years, of course, 9 plus 11 equals 20. All right. So it's no coincidence that 20 years later, they're pulling out of Afghanistan. It's 9/11. All right. It's a 20-year completion that they were in Afghanistan getting the opium and the heroin poppy fields. Because that's what America really went into Afghanistan for. We're going to get into a little bit of that later on. September 13th, this Monday, starts the mandatory vax protocols in New York. This Monday, September 13th. All right, right after 9/11, 20-year anniversary. So a lot of times the Illuminati and the powers that be, they line things up. They deal with numerology, they deal with timing and different things of that nature. But today we're just going to get into what the scriptures say concerning 9/11. Like I said, this will be a short lesson, not too long. I do want to gear up and get myself ready for this evening's camp teachings. But on this Shabbat, this glorious Shabbat, this beautiful day, all right, that the Most High has given us, woken us up to see, to give him thanks and praise. I just felt compelled to go into a little bit of a few things. So got a short series of scriptures here and some points. I'm going to do a lot of quoting of different sources, Israel, so bear with me. I'm going to do a lot of quoting. I don't want to show too much stuff or whatever, to get flagged or to get banned on Facebook. And this video is probably going to be ripped and put on YouTube. So what we're going to do, some of the sources, a lot of the sources that I'll quote, in post-production, we'll edit some of the information in. I'll have some of the brothers edit some of the information in so you can see it. But most likely that video is probably going to have to go. The edited version is probably going to have to go on Patreon. If you haven't already subscribed to H.O.I.'s Patreon, we're on patreon.com at Awaken Israel. Patreon.com at Awaken Israel. Also, if you haven't already subscribed to my new channel, Zabach 12. All right, I reached my 1,000 subscribers, but They're still not letting me go live because sometimes it still takes a few days once you reach the 1,000 subscribers. I think you got to update your page or have so many hours of watch time. But I'll be getting back active on that page, Zabach 12. But a lot of stuff we just not going to be uploading on YouTube. You're going to have to go to the Patreon. It's only $5 a month. Get a Patreon subscription so you can get the exclusive footage. This, of course, will be here on Facebook. This unedited version, we might rip this and put this on YouTube. But the edited version, the sources and different things that I'm going to quote, and I'm going to have the brothers edit some of them scenes into this video, that will most likely go to Patreon and our website. But we'll keep y'all posted on that. But subscribe to the Patreon, Israel. It's patreon.com Awaken Israel. You get all the exclusive Awaken Israel the old channel where we had about almost 50,000 subscribers. You get all that exclusive content. We got about 80 or 90% of them videos saved, and we upload them periodically to Patreon. So you get all that old classic Awaken Israel footage. All right, so without further ado, let's get into it. And this is an interactive class. This is a sort of an open forum. Y'all can put in some things y'all remember about 9/11, you know, whatever the conspiracies y'all studied, whatever information. If y'all want to put information and videos in the comment section, feel free. Only anything pertaining to 9/11, all right, or something that we talk about. Please, Israel, do not try to advertise your business here on this video. Don't try to advertise your camp, your school, or put some article that has nothing to do with what we're talking about. Or come up here and try to get us to go to your page because you're an artist. Oh, I do pictures and graphic designs. Don't put none of that on the comment board. Only put stuff that has to do with 9/11 or stuff that we might talk about. Maybe we'll touch on a few other things going on in the world as we dealing with 9/11. So this is an open forum. Y'all can feel free to ask questions, make comments, give your history, knowledge, or whatever you remember on 9/11, where you was at, what you was doing, whatever, you know. This is sort of an open forum. So, above and beyond, we know Most High Yahweh is first and foremost. What does the scriptures say about terrorism and terror attacks coming upon Esau, the other nations, and the world? All right, because you got to understand something. Look, this is all prophecy. All right, everything we seeing from 20 years ago, 9/11, to up until now with Joe Biden. The other day, Biden said, listen, if you work somewhere where it's 100 people or more, you have to get the jab. But in the fine print, it said, or you can get tested every week. All right, so he scared y'all half to death. Right? A lot of y'all was hitting me up. I don't mean to laugh at y'all, Israel, but y'all got to build y'all faith. Hebrews 11:1. All right, Israel, y'all got to work on your faith for real. You know, and I'm here. I'm sympathetic. I'm you know, evil devil. Yeah, Sister Amina. Yeah, evil devil. Shabbat Shalom, Mike Allah. I'm sympathetic, y'all, because I know a lot of y'all got anxiety about the jab. All right, trying to hold on to your jobs, but y'all got to remember something, Israel. Y'all got to remember it. We prophesied to y'all over the years that this system is going to fall. And y'all have to have faith and trust that the Most High will give you another way for you and your family to survive. All these years, we was telling y'all to come together and build infrastructure, pool y'all resources, get different things set up, maybe land, things of your own. But y'all didn't do it, Israel. All right, y'all didn't do it. Even when the pandemic came in 2020. A lot of y'all, yeah, I'm going to go there. I always go there. A lot of y'all ran to me. Elder, what are we going to do? We need a backup plan. We need somewhere to go. We need this and that. We got the land in Georgia. We stopped here. Everything kind of went back to normal. Stuff opened back up. Y'all went back to y'all cities. Y'all got comfortable. You got nice and comfy in y'all homes. We didn't hear no more talk about the land. So now y'all scrambling to save y'all jobs to get a jab letter. I've been sending out jab letters by the dozens. And I'm going to keep sending them out. Right? But there's no guarantee that it's even going to work. But I'll still help y'all. If some of y'all is working for y'all good money, I sent y'all the letter. Y'all turned it into your job. Y'all good. And I'll continue to do that. All right, just pay for the damn postage. Pay for the damn stamp, as a brother would say. But we living in serious times, Israel. That's my point. We're living in serious times, and the Most High said that this time would happen. All right, the scripture said that this time would happen. We're living in serious times. So y'all have to know that we prophesied the downfall of this kingdom. All right, Amina said, tell Kasaja. Kasaja got him in Philly. He'll give you a letter. All right, Sister Amina. H.O.I. Philly, Kasaja got him. All right, but you got to understand something, right? You got to understand something. This is a serious time that we're living in. And this is the culmination of the destruction of the so-called white man's kingdom. Let's go to Revelation 12 and 12. All right. Let's get the classic on, y'all. We got to go there. All right, I'm going to get into 9/11 in a minute, y'all. But I wanted to open up talking about that jab and that satanic speech that Biden made. But don't be mad at Biden. Biden just doing his job. Biden just being a devil, who he is. All right, so y'all can't get mad at Biden. Don't get mad at Biden. Biden is doing his job. Biden is being a devil that the Bible speaks of. That's what Biden is doing. All right, so don't be mad at Biden. All right, Biden's being who he's supposed to be. All right, let's go to Revelation 12 and 12. So like, yeah, I'm trying to cut on my light. All right, there we go. Revelation 12 and 12. All right, check this out, Israel. This is one of the classic. Can I get around these classic verses? Revelation 12 and 12. And it reads thus and so. It said, therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil is come down unto you having great wrath. Who's the devil that the Bible speaks of? The so-called white man. It said the devil is coming down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time. The so-called white man know that his kingdom is almost up. So now he's trying to jab and give y'all the liquid. I can't believe I'm up here being politically correct. Shalom, Mike. All right, I'm up here being politically correct, but y'all got me on this jab thing. Normally, I say what the hell it is. I don't give a damn. But like, Elder, don't say it so we don't get flagged. All right. But now Biden has come down and said, look, if you work at a place with 100 or more workers, you got to get the jab. We're trying to get over 100 million more Americans jabbed up. We got 200 million. All right. We got 200 million Americans jabbed up already. We need that other 100 million because the estimated population of America is 300 million, or a little bit more. I think it's 330 million, something like that. But they trying to get most of the population. All right. 2 million, 1 million. Don't that sound funny? 2/3, 1/3. All right. See how the Most High do things. 2/3 of the country got the jab, and the other 1/3 don't have the jab. They trying to get the other 100 million jabbed up. See how the Most High work? The Most High is brilliant, man. But Biden is coming for y'all. That devil said, our patience is wearing thin. We told y'all about this time. Y'all got to build your faith, Israel. And this is all out of love. But there's tough love. So I say that to say I'm going to help as many of you brothers and sisters as I can with your jab letters. My damn hand falling off. I've been signing so many damn jab letters. And mailing them out to y'all. I've been hitting the post. I've been damn near taking up my last 2 weeks. But I'm trying to help y'all. Yeah, Salakia, somebody's calling me while I'm live, which they should know better. But I think that's somebody calling me about a damn jab letter. But anyway, I'm going to help y'all, but it may not work. And I'm going to say this for the record. If it don't work, do not blame it on me. Oh, Elder Zabach, what happened? My letter didn't work. Listen, they're coming down with great wrath because they know they have a short time. They're going to make it mandatory. They're gonna knock out the religious exemption. They're already doing it in certain cases. They're already doing it. So I will help y'all Israel as much as y'all can, but now is the time y'all got to build y'all faith. Hebrews 11:1. All right, faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. You don't see or know how the Most High is gonna deliver you and allow you and your family to still provide for yourselves, but you gotta have that faith. You gotta have that hope of things not seen. I don't know how the Most High gonna do it, but He gonna do it. All right, yeah. Somebody put it's definitely not working in New York City. They ban religious exemption. Yeah, who is that? Who is that? Azariah, Salakia. I don't know who that is. These words are so small on my phone screen. Salakia, y'all. But yeah. Anyway, so I just want to open up with that. It's getting real out here, Israel. And we'll get into the jab and the vax, and we'll do a separate lesson on that, on how that's coming down. Because what they're really doing is they're trying to poison the Earth's population. That's what they're doing. They're trying to poison the Earth's population, so in a few years, you'll drop dead, and they'll have a lot of people dead, you know, and they can further control the population. That's what they're doing, all right, in a nutshell. All right, so today, 9/11, 20 years later. Okay, let's go to Job 18:11. Let's go to the book of Job 18:11. All right, Job 18:11. So September 11th, 2001. All right, Tuesday, September 11th, 2001. The Twin Towers in New York City, they were attacked. Now, mind you, of course, 9/11 was an inside job. 9/11 was done by the Bush administration, the CIA, the Illuminati, the New World Order agenda, the Rothschilds, the Club of Rome, the Bilderbergs, the Round Table, the Council on Foreign Relations. The Black Popes of Rome, they all got together and planned that and set that up. There was no goddamn 19 hijackers plus one. The 20th hijacker. That's 9/11. 19 plus 1. You switch the 9 and the 1 around. That's 9/11. They playing with you. 19 hijackers took over some planes with box cutters and hijacked the planes and crashed them. No. As a matter of fact, there's a documentary. They scrubbed the internet of this documentary. But look it up. You might can find it on the underground circles, or maybe them bookstores and them places that sell underground DVDs. Is a documentary called Loose Change. Loose Change Part 1 and Part 2. That documentary exposes the hell out of 9/11. And they even bring out that there was no planes that hit the towers. It was actually holograms, and the towers were shot with missiles. Now, I don't know. I'm 50-50 on that. To this day, 20 years later, I believe that theory could be true. And I believe the planes could have been drones. I believe the planes could have been flown by automatic pilot. And I believe also that it might have not been no passengers on those planes. Those might have just been drone planes that they crashed into the buildings. Or it might have not been, that could have been Project Bluebeam. Look up Project Bluebeam, where the Esau, they got technology where they could fake holograms in the sky and make you think you're seeing something, and it's a hologram. It's not real. All right, but we're going to get into all that in a minute. I don't want to jump the gun, all right? But September 11th, Tuesday, September 11th, 2001, I was at my house in the Bronx. I was living in the Central Bronx, like mid-Bronx, all right, at the time. And I had worked a shift. I had worked like a 14-hour shift the day before. I was supposed to go to work on the morning of September 11th, but I did a double shift on Monday. I was tired as hell. All right, and I came home about 9 o'clock Monday night. I was so tired. I was up from like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, and I think we had a cookout or something Sunday. We had some kind of celebration Sunday, so I never really went to sleep. I was eating. We had a barbecue. I was eating, drinking, and I stayed up and went straight to work. All right, and I got like an hour or two sleep in my work van, and that was it. Didn't get home till about 9 o'clock at night from work. where I did like a 12, 14-hour shift. I was tired. I was supposed to go in to work Tuesday morning, but I came in, I showered. My wife made me dinner. I ate, I put on a movie, and I crashed out. About 12 or 1 in the morning on the night of September 10th, going into September 11th, well, it's after 12, so it's actually September 11th, according to Esau time. I was awakened. I don't know if any of y'all lived in New York City. Do y'all remember this? Y'all can go back and watch Dick Gregory. Dick Gregory did a couple of lectures about 9/11, and Dick Gregory remembered this also, because I believe he was living in New York, or he was in New York at the time. The night before 9/11, there was massive thunder and lightning. I don't think I've ever heard no thunder like that to this day. This was in New York City. I don't know if you lived in Jersey, Pennsylvania, whatever, if you heard it, but there was a massive rain lightning storm that night, Monday, September 10th, Tuesday going into September. I remember it was so loud. Now, mind you, I'm going on 2 hours of sleep. I worked a 12, 14-hour shift, so I'm knocked out. I ate my dinner, sat up for a minute, watched a little bit of movie on the TV, and I crashed. I'm in a deep sleep. But the thunder and lightning, the thunder was so much, it was so loud, it woke me up. And I said, damn, that's some extraordinary loud thunder. Like there was some thunder and lightning somewhere. They had an earthquake somewhere recently, and there was some loud thunder and lightning as the earthquake was going on. See, the Most High's not playing. I don't know where that was at. I saw it on Instagram earlier. Somebody shared the article. But there was an earthquake somewhere. If any of y'all know where that was at, let me know. Shalom, Yakatai's in the building. H.O.I.D.C. H.O.I.D.M.V. But there was a loud thunder that night. And recently there was an earthquake somewhere, and there was thundering and lightning in the sky as the earth was quaking. The Most High's not playing. In Jeremiah 17, the Lord said he's going to start destroying you with double destruction. So I heard this thunder on 9/11, and I said, what the hell is that? I said it, I came out of my sleep, I said, the Most High is talking to us. That was Mexico, Tawada Amina. It was recently in Mexico where it was thunder and lightning, loud thunder and lightning. And the earth was quaking at the same time. The Most High's not playing, y'all. He's not playing. Y'all better get it together and stop playing these little goofy games and get right with this work and this word. But anyway, on 9/11, right? I was awakened that night, that Monday night / Tuesday morning, by this loud ass thunder. And I said to myself, I said, that's not regular thunder. The Most High is saying something. Remember your grandmother used to say that? All right, when it's thundering, that's God speaking. God is angry in the heavens. All right, this is Isaiah 30:30. And the Lord Yahweh shall cause his glorious voice to be heard, and shall show the lightning down of his arm with the indignation of his anger, and with the flame of devouring fire, with scattering and tempest and hailstones. And that's all been going on right now. It said the Lord will cause his voice to be heard. That's the thunder. He shall show the lightning down of his arm. That's the lightning. All right. It says with the indignation of his anger. The Most High. A lot of times we see that thunder and lightning. The Lord is angry. That don't mean it's just going to be a storm. And a lot of time with that storm, like Hurricane Ida, it means it's going to be some destruction. All right. It says, and with the flame of devouring fire. We see the fires devouring the hell out of California. Some of the worst fires in the history of the state they brought out. Especially that Dixie fire. This fire that's burning now is pretty bad. But the Dixie fire last month was even worse. Most are not playing. And in California, they said it's not even the height of fire season. And with the hurricanes, they said we still got another 2 months to go for the hurricane season. Because remember, about 5-10 years ago, they extended hurricane season from June to November. I think it used to be like from August to October, something like that. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that. But I know they extended hurricane season from June to November because they said we are experiencing more storms. And also because of Esau's harp machine and program, they was going to be causing or inciting more storms. So they extended the hurricane season. But the Lord said what? With the flame of devouring fire, with scattering, with tempest, which is, that's your hurricanes, your tornadoes, your violent storms, and hailstones. Because some of your storms, not only does it rain, the Most High bring hailstones down. So this is all happening. This is all prophecy. But I just want to read the 30th verse where the Lord said, he causes his voice to be heard on high, the thunder. And there's other scriptures in 1 Samuel, a few others, but that's neither here nor there. I want to get into the 9/11. But I'm just warming y'all up of my memories of what happened during September 11th, 2001. So fast forward. So that thunder woke me up. I woke up. It started pouring, raining. It was lightning. The lightning was so bright. The lightning was so bright that it was turning the night into daytime. It looked scary, y'all. Like, you imagine it being pitch black. And I'm in my bedroom where I used to live at in my house in the Bronx. I can look out into my backyard. And, you know, at nighttime, we didn't really have no lights in our backyard. We only put on the lights when we went back there. If we wasn't back there, we didn't have the lights on at nighttime. So our backyard used to be pitch black. So I'm looking out my window and it's pitch. Imagine it being pitch black and then the lightning is so bright, it causes it to look like daytime. Y'all know how lightning strikes sometime and it brightens up the sky. It might brighten up a little bit. I kid y'all not. The lightning was so bright, it looked like it was damn near turning it into daytime. For my backyard being pitch black, I said, the Most High is saying something. This is unusual. So, you know, the thunder went on for a while, the lightning, whatever, it rained, but it didn't calm down. You know what I'm saying? And I cut the TV back on because I was kind of up. And, you know, my wife was like, cut that TV off. You know how people are superstitious. When it's light, they don't have nothing electric on. So I cut the TV off and I just sat there and listened. And then once the thunder and the lightning went down a little bit, I cut the TV back on because now I'm up. I think I went to get something to drink, went to get some water or something. And I sat up. I said, well, let me watch TV a little bit till I fall back to sleep. So I put on a movie. I think we had DirecTV back then. So I put on some movie and I eventually fell back to sleep. You know, I cut the TV off, whatever. Or I think my wife woke up and cut the TV off, whatever. But I was out. Once the lightning and the thunder subsided and I cut the TV on a little bit, got some water or juice or whatever, sat up for a little bit, then I fell out because I'm tired. I ain't get no sleep in like 2 days. So I slept through. My wife woke up to go to work. She woke the children up to go to school, everything. I was supposed to go to work that morning, but I slept through. I was supposed to get up for, I think, like 5 in the morning and go to work. But I slept through. I didn't wake up until we had beepers back then. I didn't wake up until my beeper, you know how your beeper used to buzz on the dresser and then your beeper, it would fall off the dresser. It would buzz so much that so my beeper buzzed so much it fell off the dresser. So now I woke up, I believe it was between 8:30 and 9 o'clock, if I'm not mistaken. It could have been a little bit later, maybe 9:30, I'm not sure. You know, that was 20 years ago. But I woke up, Brother Bunloya, rest in power Bunloya. Brother Bunloya, some of y'all know Bunloya from YouTube. Used to teach back in the days, years. A brother passed away. May he rest in peace. We used to run the original House of Israel camp together. So he's beeping me, 911, 911, 911, 911. What the hell is going on? Because, you know, the TV, everything is off in the house. The house is quiet. Everything is off. So I wake up. I said, damn, what's going on? So I wake up and I'm like, damn, my wife left. The children left. Nobody woke me up. Nobody said bye. They was, you know, later on, they was like, you was knocked out. You was snoring loud. You was tired. We just left you alone. So I called my lawyer. What happened, man? Somebody died? What happened? Yo, turn the TV on. So people without cable, they didn't have TV. Their TV was knocked out. The frequency was knocked out. Only way you had TV is if you had cable. So I like I said, I think I had DirecTV at the time or something. So I turned the TV on and the South Tower was on fire. All the channels, even damn Nickelodeon, all the channels had 9/11, had the World Trade Center coverage on. I was like, oh, snap. He was like, yo, wake up. Yo, the Twin Towers under terrorist attack. So he was listening on 1010 Winds. He didn't have he said, you got to be my eyes, Zach, because I can't see anything. I'm listening on 1010 Winds, but I can't see anything. So I'm like, all right, damn, I'm up. You know what I'm saying? So I cut the TV on, and I'm his eye. We on the phone. We on the phone for like 2 hours straight because I'm his eyes. You know, he can't see nothing because I'm his eyes. So I wake up like, yo, this is real. I didn't think it was the end of Esau's kingdom, but I really thought, yo, they about to blow this damn country up. So I got up, I chilled, I sat up, and I just watched the 9/11 coverage all day. And I just called my family, made sure my loved ones were right, called, checked on brothers and sisters in the camp, in the congregation, whatever, whoever I can get in touch with. Because a lot of people's phone was down, whatever the case may be. And finally, we actually went to camp on 9/11. Me and a brother by the name of Tawabra. Tawabra used to be in the old H.O.I. Camp, brother Tawabra. We went to camp on 9/11 on 34th Street in New York, and we got into a fight and got arrested. The arresting officer took us to trial, lied on us at the trial, and then 3 years later, the Most High killed him. All right, but I'm going to get into that a little bit later. I don't want to jump the gun. So that's my little opening story memory of 9/11. Take it with a grain of salt. By Shema Mashiach Yahushai. Y'all can share some of y'all thoughts or whatever went on with y'all at 9/11. So we're going to get into it. Does the Bible speak about terrorism? Yes. Salakia for rambling on, y'all. I know y'all like, get to the scriptures, elder. Scriptures. So we here. But I just want to set that up. I thought that was a nice little story to tell y'all as a prelude. I've told that story before. Some of y'all probably heard it. But I just want to set that up. But it reads, Job 18:11. Terror shall make him afraid on every side and shall drive him to his feet. So this is prophecy. It said terrors would make him, Esau, the wicked. All right, because it tells you in verse 5. I'm reading verse 5. Yea, the light of the wicked shall be put out, and the spark of his fire shall not shine. All right, and we know the wicked is Esau. All right, the wicked is the so-called white man according to the Bible. So in Job 18:11, it says, terror shall make him afraid on every side. Who's the wicked? Esau. And terrors would make them afraid on every side. Even though it was their own government, 9/11 was an inside job. Like I said, look up that documentary, y'all, if y'all can. It's called Loose Change Part 1 and Part 2. And in the edited version of this video, Salakia, I will put some of the footage of the stuff I'm quoting in there, most I will. But that will be on the Patreon. We can't put that on YouTube or whatever because they'll probably flag it. All right, verse 12. His strength shall be hunger bitten. His strength is his military, his might, his power. And on 9/11, their strength was hunger bitten. Hunger bitten means weak. All right, it says his strength shall be hunger bitten and destruction shall be ready at his side. That's what happened with Esau. Destruction was ready at their side. When we got locked up, man, them cops in there was scared to death. Them police in the precinct, they was like, the world's about to end. And guys, because some Edomite was in there acting stupid. One of the cops said, the world's about to end. And this guy's acting like an idiot. All right? Destruction was ready at their side. They didn't know what the hell was going to happen. All right? So the Most High brought a hell of a judgment upon America on 9/11. And now, 20 years later, we in the middle of more judgment. You can't make this up. The floods in New York, the jab, the mandatory jab coming down is getting serious. We warned y'all about these times, Israel. And a lot of y'all play games, but it's time to get yourselves together. Stop playing and get yourself right and get back with your nation. I know we a whole big mess right now. Israel is a mess right now. We know that, but we know this is the truth and is what you going to do with it. The truth is going to always be the truth. The Bible going to be the Bible. It's the damn people. You got to just know who to stay the hell away from, even in this truth. But the Most High got some good brothers and sisters in this truth that want to do the work, want to serve the Most High, and want to do the right thing. So get your butt back in line, Israel, because it's getting serious out here. Like I told you, y'all flooding me for jab letters. I need one of them letters, Elder, please. They're going to fire me. And I'm not laughing at y'all, but I'm going to help y'all. I'm going to help y'all to the best of my ability. But what happens when they say, the hell with you, the hell with your house of Israel, the hell with your priest Zabach? Yeah, they going to say it. I don't give a damn if they going to say it. And the hell with your Israelite religion. Get the jab or you're fired. See that? Get the poison, get the liquid, get the vax man, or you're fired. You got to have strong faith. You got to know and understand that the Most High is still going to provide a way. And guess what? That's going to force us to work and build together, Israel. We're going to have to. That's one of the only ways we're going to survive. All right, reading on, verse 13. It shall devour the strength of his skin. Even the firstborn of death shall devour his strength. Yahushua. Because not only does the white man have to worry about terrorism and destruction, he got to worry about the second coming. All right, so reading on, 14. His confidence shall be rooted out of his tabernacle. His tabernacle represents his head, his leadership. The confidence is going to be rooted out of their leadership. Doesn't it tell you in Luke 21, men's hearts are going to fail them for fear and for looking after the things that's coming on the earth? Their confidence is going to be rooted out. They're going to get weaker and weaker. That's what they're doing now. That's why Joe Biden has said, our patience is wearing thin. And that man looked like a demon. And I'm not putting 20s on it, y'all. I'm not exaggerating. But didn't Joe Biden look like a demon when he said that? Put a con 777 in the comments if y'all feel me. Come on, y'all. I'm not exaggerating either. The man said, our patience is wearing thin. Man looked like a damn demon, man. And what the hell is Kamala Harris? We haven't seen her nowhere. Don't notice Kamala she's null and void. They got her on the shush list. That man looked like Satan when he said that. Our patience is wearing thin. I bet it is, right? Some of y'all might say he's a reptilian. All right? Y'all believe in that reptilian doctrine. Y'all going to say he's a reptilian. He peeled his skin back. He's a damn reptile under there. All right? A damn amphibian, a snake, a dinosaur. Right? You're going to say if he peel his skin back, he's a damn reptilian under there. All right? The man looked like Satan when he said that, man. Reading on, it says, and it shall bring him to the king of terrors. Who's the king of terrors? The Most High. Nobody could scare the hell out of you and terrorize you like the Most High can. So all this was prophesied. It tells you the wicked, in Job 18:5, the light of the wicked shall be put out. All right? Their towers was put out, knocked down. In 90 minutes, an hour and 30 minutes, their towers was gone. All right? So that was Bible prophecy. And it was set up by the Bush administration, George W. Bush, Dick Cheney, Donald Rumsfeld, Condoleezza Rice, and Colin Powell. Those were some of the men. Once that Bush administration got in office, 9 months later, them towers came down by H.O.I. Yahushua. So from there, we're going to go to Zephaniah. Let's go to Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 5 through 7. And that 9/11 commission was a sham. All right, what was it? Over 300 pages. I forgot however much it was. If any of y'all remember, you can put it in the comments. That 9/11 commission was garbage. That was hogwash. They came up with all that as a diversion. That was a diversionary tactic, a red herring, so you wouldn't, people wouldn't be looking into what happened on 9/11, and people were, and we're gonna get into that too. All right, and a lot of those people that was looking into 9/11, they were killed. We're going to get it. We're going to quote a few names before I close out, and y'all can do your own research. All right, this is Zephaniah chapter. Matter of fact, I'm going to go to Zephaniah 1 first. This is Zephaniah chapter 1 and verse 14, and it reads thus and so. The great day of Yahweh is near. It is near and hasteth greatly. Yeah, that second coming is here. So y'all, like I told y'all, man, y'all better stop playing. Y'all better get right. A lot of you brothers and sisters, now y'all creeping back around. All right, we see y'all out at the camps. We see y'all coming all of a sudden. Hey, I ain't see that brother in like 7 years. Brother kind of went back in the world, got comfortable, got cushiony and comfortable with this world. Hey, brother, where you been? You know what? Because y'all see them prophecies happening. That's why. Hey, shalom, brothers. How y'all doing? Y'all still out here teaching? Some of y'all even mocked us back then, ridiculed brothers. But you coming around because the Most High whooping that ass, and you see the Most High is bringing prophecy and judgment. We tried to tell you, we know better than y'all. All we did was try to endure because we believe what this book said and we wanted to keep doing the right thing. But we see some of you brothers and sisters coming, lingering back around, you popping up to the events. And of course, we love you. We're going to accept our brothers and sisters. But all we're saying is we don't want to do the cliche, I told you so. We don't want to throw that in nobody's face. We got love. We're not going to turn any of our brothers and sisters away. But I can say with the tough love, yeah, I should have never went nowhere. Stay in this truth. I know it's hard. Even if you don't particularly want to deal with a camp or whatever, I understand that. I understand that. Dealing with these camps is hard, man. My wife damn near had a damn meltdown the other day dealing with Israel, man, and just, it's hard, man. But I had to tell her we still got to try to be patient with our nation. But anyway, not to get into a tangent, but on topic, still on topic, but it's hard dealing with the nation. We know that. But at the same time, out there just being on your own by yourself, you can do that. And the Most High could still be with you. We're not saying that can't happen. But at some point in time, when this thing get crazy, you're going to need your nation. You're going to need at least one brother or sister. You're going to at least a couple of brothers and sisters. I ain't dealing with these camps. Israel is wicked. They off. Yeah, we know that. We got a lot of mess in this nation. I'll be the first one to say that. We know we need to get ourselves together, but it got to start somewhere. And as you see these prophecies happening, you got to come back closer to the Most High. Reading on. It says, the great day of Yahweh is near. It is near and hasteth greatly. Even the voice of the day of Yahweh. The voice is this Bible. We're prophesying. We're telling you the Most High is coming to destroy this earth. He's coming to bring judgment and prophecy. Get yourself together. All right. It says, the mighty man shall cry there bitterly. I don't care, the mightiest, toughest man on the planet Earth, from Esau to the other nations to Jake. Well, Jake, you blacks and Hispanics, you're only tough with each other. But anyway, when the Most High bring them prophecies, listen, when an earthquake come, what you gonna do, tough guy? When a building collapsed on 9/11, them cops ran up in there, them firefighters ran up there like they was heroes. And them buildings collapsed. That South Tower and North Tower collapsed on their damn head. Watch that movie, World Trade Center. All right, with Nicolas Cage. That's an interesting movie too. And in that movie, World Trade Center, they show you that there was bombs going off in the towers before they collapsed. There was bombs going off because prior to 9/11, about a month, throughout July and August of 2001, the CIA and the ATF were planting C4 explosives in the towers. Them planes didn't bring those towers down. Those towers were imploded. And y'all can get that information when you look up these different documentaries about the truth about 9/11. 9/11 was an inside job, things of that nature. Like I quote again, look for that documentary, Loose Change. I got the documentary myself on DVD. I'm going to see if I can locate it, and I'm going to see if I can find where I got it from. Sometime on the DVDs, it'll have the bookstore or wherever you bought it from. Sometimes, I know back in the days, you could be able to go to them bookstores, them black bookstores, and still get them underground DVDs and stuff. But I try to look for Loose Change on YouTube, and they scrub the internet. It's not up there. At least I didn't see it. So Loose Change, Volumes 1 and Volumes 2. Good documentary exposing the inside job of 9/11. All right, so try to find it on the underground, or if I find a place I can get it, I'll let y'all know. All right, Zephaniah 1:15. That day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble and distress, a day of wasteness and desolation, a day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness. And that literally happened on 9/11. This is also talking about when Yahweh shall return and when we have the thermonuclear destruction. Because that's how the white man's kingdom, that's how Esau's kingdom is going to fall with the thermonuclear destruction, World War III. Like right now, right? On a side note, on topic, right? Still on topic, but not off topic. But I don't know why I say that. But anyway, On a side note, Biden put out the mandatory jab. There was an Edomite, a military Edomite that came up and did a video, and he said, listen, 16 of the top military Air Force pilots walked off the job. They control multi-million-dollar airplane bombers of the military. He said these are top guys in the military and the Air Force. You cannot just replace them. This guy, this Edomite was breaking down. I'll show the video clip in post-production when we edit some stuff in. That'll probably be on Patreon, our website. I'll keep y'all posted. But the Edomite said, listen, these 16 pilots that walked off the job and said they're not taking the jab, these guys fly some of the most sophisticated aircraft in the Air Force and military. He said right now, if China was to attack Taiwan, Taiwan would be vulnerable without them jet fighters from the U.S. military coming over to intervene and defend them from China. I'm paraphrasing, but I'm gonna try to put the video in the edited version of this live video. I'm gonna try to put that in the clip so y'all can see the Edomite testify for himself. That's how serious this thing is getting. All right, so World War III is coming. If China attacked Taiwan, U.S. can't really get involved and fly fighter jets over China and bomb them. All right, because some of their top military jets or planes that they use as bombers, 16 of the pilots walked off the job, walked off the military. So it's getting serious, Israel. All right, so verse 15 is also talking about the nuclear destruction. Like they say, nuclear winter, when the sun is going to be blocked out or it's going to be dark because of the nuclear war. But it also can go into 9/11. That was a day of darkness and gloominess, wasteness and desolation, literally. Remember, people said they couldn't see this close in front of their face because of the smoke. Remember the dust lady? Look up Google 9/11 dust lady. The sister that was covered in all that dust. They took a picture of her. She was covered, smoldering in all that dust. And guess what? That sister died. Look up the 9/11 dust lady. She died about 4 years ago, I believe. Because all that pollution and stuff got up in her lungs and her system. People are still dropping dead. Whenever I go back to New York City and I get a Daily News or a New York Post, or even sometime if I'm in another city, sometime I still get the New York newspapers, I'm always reading an article about somebody dropping dead, some dropped dead from 9/11 sickness complications. So the thickness and gloominess and that was literal. It was literal darkness and gloominess and thick smoke and sand and soot and pollution and fire and smoke in people's face. People said they couldn't see this close in front of them. It was so much smoke. And they inhaled all that stuff. That's what a lot of you, that might be that goddamn 9/11 dust. They talking about you got COVID. There ain't no goddamn COVID. That's 9/11 dust. That done sunk into your damn system 20 years later. 9 plus 11. And now you're sick and they calling it COVID. That's damn 9/11 dust in your lungs. There ain't no goddamn COVID. Right? COVID-19. Yeah. Add another one to it. COVID 9/11. All right. And we can go on into that. There's so much conspiracy. But verse 16 is Zephaniah. Zephaniah 1:16. A day of the trumpet and alarm against the fenced cities. And we just came out of the Feast of Trumpets. Because the trumpets, not only does the trumpets represent the memorial of the blowing of the trumpets in Leviticus 23, it represents the different types of trumpets that are blown and signified throughout the scriptures. And we read this scripture for the Feast of Trumpets. So happy belated Feast of Trumpets also. All right, a day of the trumpet and alarm. Y'all can write down, if y'all didn't write this down on the Feast of Trumpets lesson that I did, write down Numbers 10, 1 through 9. Numbers 10, 1 through 9 with Zephaniah 1:16. The reason why it says a day of the trumpet and alarm, because Israel, we brought this out on the Feast of Trumpets. Israel, we had a certain sound of the trumpet that we blew, and then with that we blew an alarm which signified war. But if you just blew the shofar, that was just a calling of an assembly. But if you blew the shofar or the horn or the ram's horn and you blew an alarm with it, that signified war or you know, some type of trouble was coming. All right. So Zephaniah 1:16 again, a day of the trumpet and alarm against the fenced cities. America's like a fenced city because it's quote unquote well protected. You know, the borders and the airspace, the F-16s, which that's another way 9/11 is an inside job because them planes supposedly got hijacked and they was in the air 30 and 40 and 50 minutes an hour. And the F-16, they didn't scramble the F-16s. The F-16s are usually up in the air within minutes, seconds, minutes. If you fly into any airspace unaccounted for, them F-16s are up in the air in minutes. And they will chase you down. They will tell you to identify yourself. They will tell you to land or you will be shot down. What happened on 9/11? Inside job. The F-16s were not scrambled. Because guess what? It might have not even been no planes. Or it was drone planes set up by the CIA and the F-16s were told to stand down because it was an inside job. All right? Verse, against the fenced cities and against the high towers. What did the Most High do on 9/11? He brought down the high towers, the north and the south tower of the World Trade Center. They brought them down. And some conspiracy theorists say, I believe the World Trade Center was completed in 1976. Some conspiracy theorists say, when you watch the 9/11, the inside job videos, they say that the towers were built to be destroyed. The towers were actually built to one day do a terrorist attack and blame it on the Arabs to have the so-called war against Islam and terror and to also lock down society. That was supposed to be the beginning of the Illuminati start of the New World Order. That's what happened in 2001, because technically it was supposed to be 2000 that the Illuminati started their New World Order. Then they somehow they said they delayed it to 2012, and then they claimed China started their New World Order in 2003. But this is all just conspiracy theory and things of that nature. Just information that was put out there. Take it with a grain of salt. And, you know, you can do your own research, Israel. But verse 17, and I will, Salakia 16 again, a day of the trumpet and alarm against the fenced cities and against the high towers. What did the Most High do on 9/11? He brought down the high towers. And he's going to bring down all Esau high towers. They rebuilt the World Trade Center. They call it the Freedom Tower now. All right, it's 1,776 feet. It's supposed to be 1,776 I think feet in the air or yards or something like that in the air, representing independence, 1776. So-called America got their independence from Britain, right? But you was still in the damn cotton field in 1776. Then they got the 9/11 museum down there, the waterfall. They rebuilt the train station. They put a mall down there now and tried to make it all look nice. But the Most High said, you will build, but I will throw down. All right, verse 17. And I will bring distress upon men, that they shall walk like blind men. And that's talking about these last days and the second coming and the end of Esau's kingdom. But also on 9/11, it was distress upon men. They were walking as blind men because they have sinned against me, against the Lord. And their blood shall be poured out as dust and their flesh as the dung. And that's literal. You had bodies down there in the midst of the rubble. What was that rubble? Dust. Their bodies were poured out like dung. We all know what dung is. Like a dog, you know, does its business on the street and it's just dung out there. That's how their bodies were in that rubble. That's why the firefighters in the NYPD started fighting, because what happened is Giuliani was mayor at the time, and I believe Pataki was governor at the time. Giuliani, at a certain point, once they found a gold, because they had gold reserves in the Twin Towers that they didn't take them out before 9/11. I believe they said something about the gold reserves were welded into the ground. They were part of the structure. So they couldn't take them out. But when they got in there and they got that gold, when they found that gold, that's when Giuliani said it's no longer a rescue mission. It's a recovery mission. In other words, we're no longer looking to save people. We're just looking to dig up the dead bodies. And he ordered them then to just scoop and dump, scoop and dump. After a certain point, they stopped looking for bodies. So then the firefighters went down to City Hall and protested, and the NYPD had to go and control the protest, and it got violent. The NYPD and the fire department was fighting. They were down there throwing blows at each other. And the fire department was yelling, "Bring our brothers home! Bring our brothers home!" Because they wanted to find a nose, an arm, a tooth, a hand, a knee, anything they could find. They wanted to find a piece of a glob of flesh, anything that they can bury and have a funeral. That's what they meant by bring our brothers home. But Giuliani said, nope, scoop and dump. Scoop and dump. We're not looking through the rubble for body parts anymore. Scoop it up and dump it. Once they found that gold, when they found the gold, it was a wrap. Prior to them finding the gold, if they found the body, they said, okay, if we can identify this body or this body part, we'll bring the body to the family, or the body part. You want to have a damn funeral with a nose in the damn casket. All right, you doing DNA, you find out that the nose belongs to John Smith that worked at Arion Corp in the World Trade Center, whatever the hell, right? You want to have a damn funeral with a torso or some teeth, dental records. Oh, that's such and such from his dental records. We got his teeth. We're going to have a funeral with his teeth. Most High was cold on that day, man. Cold. I see y'all comments. Yeah. It said their flesh was like dung. That's literal. Even though Zephaniah is prophesying the end of the world and the last days and the final day of judgment, this also ties into 9/11 because it's all in-day prophecy alluding to the day of Yahweh. All right? With all you're getting, get understanding. So that was literal. Their flesh was poured out as their blood shall be poured out as dust, and their flesh as the dung. Their body parts was poured out in the rubble, the dust and the dirt and rubble. And their body was like dung. They just scooped it up. The body parts got dumped. They rotted, and that was it. And you know, in a way you can't blame Giuliani because look, what the hell we going to be digging through thousands, tons and tons of rubble to look for these damn body parts. They're dead. Just have a memorial for them, and that's it. The fire department was like, nope, bring our brothers home. If you find a helmet, we can have a funeral with his helmet. All right, verse 15. Neither their silver nor their gold shall be able to deliver them in the day of the Lord's wrath. But the whole land shall be devoured by the fire of his jealousy. For he shall make even a speedy riddance of all them that dwell in the land. So eventually what's going to happen, a nuclear destruction on a final day is going to take out Esau. And like I said, Taiwan is vulnerable now. See, Biden don't know what he's starting with this jab. He don't know what he's starting. Want to be starting something. You making your military weak and everything. China said, look, we can go attack Taiwan. America can't do nothing now. They main fighter jets, Air Force, whatever the case may be, is down. 16 of their top pilots, bombing pilots, are down. I'm going to get that video clip that Esau did too. I'm paraphrasing, but he was roughly going into something like that. I just saw it one time yesterday, Salakia, y'all. But it's out here. The news is out here. The end of days is out here. It's coming down. So let's go to Zephaniah from there. We're going to go to Zephaniah 3 now. Jump over to Zephaniah 3 and 5. Zephaniah chapter 3, we're going to read verses 5 through 7. Just a handful of scriptures, y'all, on this. We can go forever and ever, but just a handful of scriptures on what happened on this 9/11 destruction. All right, Zephaniah 3 and 5. The just Lord is in the midst thereof. He will not do iniquity. Meaning what? The Most High is a righteous power. All right, he's not going to do iniquity, meaning he's not going to do nothing that you may call evil, but his righteous judgment is his sight. Remember in Psalms, he says, by terrible things in righteousness will he answer us. I believe that's Psalm 75 and 5 or 75 and 6, one of them. He said, by terrible things in righteousness, he will answer us. So the Lord said, he's just and he will not do any iniquity. You can't say, why would God allow that to happen? Them 4,000 people died on that day. Or they try to say 2,499, something like that. They try to keep the numbers down. But whatever, however many people died that day, hell, really, you can't get no death toll because people are still dropping dead to this day. Like I said, look up the dust lady. Look up the 9/11 dust lady. She died. All that dust and stuff got into that sister's system and she got sick and died. All right, so reading on Zephaniah 3 and 5 again. The just Lord is in the midst thereof. He will not do iniquity. Every morning doeth he bring his judgment to light. Meaning what? The Most High is always constantly bringing forth judgment. All right? He faileth not. Meaning what? The Most High gonna always bring judgment. See, a lot of y'all, even after 9/11, when 9/11 happened, we seen all the Israelite schools was packed, all the camps was packed, people was coming around for like the first month or two, and guess what happened? Around the holiday time, like Thanksgiving, Christmas, Israel disappeared. Because stuff kind of semi went back to normal, and that holiday season came in. Because a lot of y'all are in the truth, but you still caught up with your family and stuff with these holidays. So we noticed a lot of people was coming around when the towers first fell. Then all of a sudden, a couple of months went by, things kind of went back to somewhat normal. Everybody said, the hell with the Most High. I was just there because there was some action, some drama going on. I was a little scared. I saw a prophecy happen, major prophecy happen. I was like, oh, this might be it. Let me run to the Israelite school. Let me run to the camp. And them people disappeared. Went right back, just like now. Pandemic, March 2020. A lot of you Israel was shook. Shaking in your boots. Oh, I'm scared, elder. What we going to do? Brothers, grown men, big tough brothers in camp. You goddamn devils. Elder, man, this is getting serious, huh? You damn right, brother. You haven't been believing what you've been teaching the last 5, 6, 7 years? You didn't believe it was going to actually happen? Oh, no, I know what happened. The world was still kind of comfortable, so you got comfortable. No, these prophecies are real, Israel. And that's what we doing. And the scriptures tell you that. Let's go to, we're going to hold Zephaniah because, look, man, y'all got to see that the Most High is not playing. Stop playing. Get yourself right. Like I said, you may not join a camp overnight, whatever, H.O.I. We don't tell people what they should do. You should join H.O.I. That's up to you. All right, we don't really recruit like that. We just teach and whoever want to come in. But get yourself right. Get some connection with some brothers and sisters. Get some kind of support system. Because I'm telling you, alone, the Most High can still deliver you alone. Don't get me wrong. Some of y'all might just ride this thing out in your house. I don't know. It's up to the Most High who you're going to have mercy on. But be mindful of what's going on in these last days. That's all I'm saying. I cannot make you congregate anywhere. I can't make you deal with me, H.O.I, any camp, any congregation. But at least get a group of brothers and sisters. Prove a few brothers and sisters that maybe you can at least have a contact with if ish hit the fan. But if you're going to be out there individual, like, do your thing, may the Most High Yahweh be with you. But whether you by yourself or with a group of brothers and sisters, you better be keeping these commandments. You better not be out there all worldly and loose and letting Satan get to you. Because if you don't have that protective hedge of the angels around you, Most High going to let you get caught out there. Most High ain't going to defend you. All right, so that's all I'm saying is we'll stay in these laws, statutes, and commandments and stay doing the right thing. So even if you're not around brothers and sisters, the Most High may have mercy and protect you. Because at least you're still doing the laws. A lot of y'all go out there back in the world and be partying on the Sabbath, eating unclean food. Yeah, we see y'all. Shalom, man. I know I'm going on. Pray for me, brother. But my mom's had some shrimp. You know what I'm saying? It was 4th of July. I just went by to see my family and, they had a little grilled shrimp, man. I know I'm going off. Yeah, brother. So we know y'all be going off out there. Yeah, elder, I went to the club with my girls the other night. I know it was the Sabbath, but we just having a good time. Yeah, the Most High see you. All right, better get right with these laws. It's getting serious. All right, Jude. Let's go to Jude. Jude 21. Jude 21. Keep yourselves in the love of Yahweh, looking for the mercy of our Lord Hamashiach Yahushai unto eternal life. And of some have compassion, making a difference. See, some of y'all, we're gonna have compassion on y'all. All right, some of you brothers and sisters, we're gonna, we're gonna say, look, we know you caught up, you weak, Satan get to you, your faith is not as strong as others. We're gonna have that compassion. Look, I'm not, like I said, I'm not gonna turn any sincere brother or sister Israelite away. But all I'm saying is just get serious with the Most High. That's what we're saying. All right, because it's getting serious out here. It says some have compassion, making a difference, and others save with fear, pulling them out of the fire. We got to put that fear in you. You got to fear the Most High. You got to fear what he can do. You got to fear his judgments. So we got to put that fear in you also. All right. It says, even the garment spotted by the flesh, meaning the least of your sin, we're trying to correct you on so you can get it right. None of us are perfect. We all sin and fall short of the glory of the Most High. That's why we got the Day of Atonement every year. We got the Day of Atonement coming up. Matter of fact, this Wednesday, the 15th at sundown. You fast from sundown to sundown and ask the Most High for forgiveness of your sins for the past year. So none of us are perfect. All of our righteousness is like a filthy rag. I am not sitting up here on no self-righteous tip, on a damn pedestal. No. But I'm saying I do try, and I try to encourage others to try. That's all we can do. Make that most sincere effort. The most I want to see that effort. All right. So some of y'all we got to save with fear. Letting you know it's going to get real out here, man. This job, your job might be going. Some of y'all might have been on your job for years. You may not get a pension. You may not get unemployment. They may fire you or they may tell you to resign. That's another thing. Some of these jobs trying to get you to resign. Right? You don't want to take the job, so they telling you you got to resign. All right? So now you resign and you can't get unemployment. They're like, well, you quit. All right? So just be mindful. But either way, put your trust in the Most High and Yahushai. He got your back. Zephaniah 3 and 5 again. The just Lord is in the midst thereof. He will not do iniquity. Every morning doeth he bring his judgment to light. He faileth not. But the unjust knoweth no shame. The unjust don't know no shame because they unjust. There's nothing just about them. Little Nas X, he has sex with the devil in his video, and now he's pregnant by the devil. He has no shame. The unjust don't have no shame. And he says, oh, look at me, y'all. I'm due on September 17th. All right, yeah, you due for a damn date with a death angel. Yeah, Little Nas X, you had sex with the devil in your video, and now you're pregnant by the devil. Y'all didn't catch that subliminal message? Remember Little Nas X came out with a video where he had sex with the devil, and now he's pregnant? That's a subliminal message. He's pregnant by the devil now. He came out with a demonic sneaker, a 666 Nike, because the unjust knoweth no shame. They don't give a damn. They don't care about the Most High Yahushua. So they're going to die. All right, verse 6. I have cut off the nations. The Most High said he's going to cut the nations off. Yeah, Khan. The nigga had sex with the devil, and now he's pregnant by the devil. This place got to go. This place got to go, Israel. I hope there's another goddamn 10 9/11s. Bring this damn place down. I'm glad that damn devil said you got to take the jab, because some of you niggas are proud. The Most High going to humble your ass and take your jobs. And don't get me wrong, Israel. I don't want to see no believing, sincere Israelite. I don't want to see nobody homeless, can't feed their family. But a lot of you niggas are proud with Esau's job, even in the truth. And if you ain't in the spirit and the Most High got your back, the Most High about to take that damn job. And a lot of you look down on your other brothers and sisters because we might have businesses. We might do this. We may not want to work on Esau's plantation. We say, listen, we don't knock anybody for doing that. If you don't work, you don't eat. Common sense. You got to work for Esau, you got to work for Esau. If I got to do it, I got to do it. But if I want to be a businessman and an entrepreneur and don't want to punch a clock and have the damn devil on my back every minute, and I want to hustle for myself in righteousness, you got Israel that'll talk about you. That nigga ain't got a job. Like a bitch. Excuse my language, y'all. I'm saying you got grown-ass men out of time. Nigga, I ain't asking you for nothing. Mind your business. I have a business that pays the bills. I ain't balling. But because I'm not on Esau job punching a clock, you going to sit there and gossip about me like a damn hoe. Nigga, mind your business. I ain't asking your household for nothing. Salakia, y'all. But, you know, you got hoe-ass niggas that'll talk about you. Get a job. Nigga, what are you, Gwen Guthrie? Gotta have a J-O-B if you want to be with me. You bitch, nigga. Excuse me. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. I usually don't curse. Salakia. Right? Yakataz is on here. It's Yakataz's fault. Dusty ass niggas. I'm just saying, y'all, I get a little upset because grown ass men act like hoes. If I want to start a business and not want to work on Esau job, mind your damn business. Don't worry about how me and mine is surviving. But now the Lord is going to take your job, nigga, since you so proud. I'm not talking about you humble brothers and sisters that work to provide for your families. I love y'all. I'm going to help y'all with the vax letters. I hope the Most High save your jobs. And if you do lose your job, may the Most High give you another way for you and your family to survive. And if I can give you the shirt off my damn back, I will if I have to. Because I love my brothers and sisters. And that's not just in word, that's in deed and truth. But you proud niggas, even in the truth, yeah. You got proud bougie niggas in the world and the truth, everything. All you proud niggas, a lot of you niggas was proud with your jobs. And you look down on other Israelites and talked about them because you had a damn job with Esau. The Most High about to put your ass to the test. So humble yourself, Israel. Salakia, y'all, that ain't really my forte, but I get a little upset with this nonsense. We got bigger fish to fry. Nigga, don't worry about my pockets. I ain't asking you for a damn thing. I don't ask nobody for nothing. Somebody want to give something of their own free will, that's fine. I ain't going to turn it down, but sometimes my mama and my papa and my mama taught me sometimes say no. Nah, I'm good. I'm straight. You know, get that. Let somebody else hold that. But if you want to, I ain't going to turn it down, goddammit. I ain't going to be no fool either. Because gifts come from the Most High by way of people. So all I'm saying is, Israel, stop the pride. Humble yourself. All right, humble yourself. Because you got a damn job with Esau. Don't be proud against your fellow brothers and sisters. Be thankful to the Most High for that job so you can pay your bills and survive. Humble yourself because the Most High is about to do it. These jobs about to get cut. And if the Most High ain't with you, you're finished. If you was proud, the Most High going to punish you and teach you a lesson. All right, so back to the scripture. Salakia, y'all. I have cut off the nations. Their towers are desolate. What happened? The Most High brought down their twin towers. And all their towers going to be desolate in these lands. All these big buildings they got, they're going to be brought down. Like it tell you in Obadiah, they shall build, but I will throw down. All right. It says, I made their streets waste, that none passeth by. Their cities are destroyed. And that's how Lower Manhattan was for about a good month or two. That's how Lower Manhattan was. It was desolate. It was cut off. I remember you couldn't, any of y'all that know New York City, you couldn't go from 14th Street down to Battery Park. It was blocked off. It was cut off. It was desolate down there. They considered all that a crime scene. They had the United States military, state police, state troopers, everything blocking off. They had from 14th Street to Lower Manhattan, it was all blocked off. All right, if any of y'all from New York remember 2001. All right, it says, so that there is no man, that there is none inhabitant. I said, surely thou would fear me. Thou will receive instruction, so that their dwelling shall not be cut off. So Israel, what are we supposed to do when we see this? When we see the Most High bringing destruction, we supposed to receive correction from that. We supposed to say, damn, let me get right so I don't get caught up in that. All right? It said, I punished them, but they rose early and corrupted all their doing. See that? So the Most High said he punished you. He punished Israel. He punished the nations, the world, but you still want to corrupt your doings. But don't corrupt your doings so the Most High don't have to continue to punish you. All right, so from there, let's go to Luke. No, let's go to 2 Corinthians. We're going to go to 2 Corinthians 5 and 10. All right, 2 Corinthians 5 and 10. All right, so that was a great day of destruction, terror, and evil upon Esau's kingdom, but it was done by his own hand. It was an inside job. Of course, the Most High Christ and the angels did it. Like when you see, they showed this footage, but try to go back to the footage of when the first plane hit the tower. I think the first plane hit the South Tower, North Tower, whatever. I always get them confused. When the first plane hit the tower, and they had video of it because people knew it was going to happen, so they had their cameras pointed at the Twin Towers a half an hour beforehand because they knew it was going to happen. That's why you got such perfect video and pictures. But anyway, don't tell me no damn tourists. There's always tourists taking pictures of the towers. That's how they got so. No. Those were people that were set up in position, ready for the impact, ready to get them pictures. But when you look at, if y'all can try to find this, if you look at video footage of the first tower getting hit, of whether it's the North or South Tower, whichever tower got hit first, the first 30 seconds of that video, you can see a little white speck going across from the towers like it was a chariot. Now, some conspiracy theorists say that that was a stealth bomber. That it was a stealth bomber. But if it's a stealth bomber, it's a stealth bomber. You can't see it. That's why it's a stealth bomber, because it hides in the clouds. You can't see it. But some say that might have been a chariot. Some say they said that was a stealth bomber or the shadow of itself, whatever. The stealth bomber was flying away from shooting a missile at the tower because the planes were not real. They were holograms. That's one conspiracy theory. But also, you know, Israel, we're going to say that was a chariot. We're going to say that was a chariot and that was the Most High. Gun, so reading on. Hold on. Salakia, Kari. Reading on. It says 2 Corinthians 5 and 10. It says, for we must all appear before the judgment seat of Yahushua, that everyone that received the things done in the body according to that he have done, whether it be good or bad. All right, so what did the Most High say? He said, we all going to appear before the judgment seat of Christ at the second coming. Kari, Salakia, y'all. It says, whether it be good or bad. So what? Your works are going to be judged, Israel. I'm at the door. All right, your works are going to be judged, Israel. All right, Shalakia. Give them the I'll show you where's that. Close the door. Yeah. Shalakia, y'all. Brother came to my door, but that, yeah, and then the portfolio. All right, yeah. And tell them I see them out there when I finish the live. All right, Salakia, y'all. The brothers came to pick up the camp equipment. Some of the camp equipment. Salakia. All right, 2 Corinthians 5 and 10 again. Salakia, I'm going to start from the top. I got distracted. I see y'all in a few. All right, shalom. Most I will. All right, shalom. It said, for we must all appear before the judgment seat of Yahushua, that everyone may receive the things done in his body, according to that he have done, whether it be good or bad. So you're going to be judged according to your work. So we're going to appear before Yahushua at the judgment seat. All right, so you have to be judged on whether you did good or whether you did bad. That answer my question. Salakia, yeah, Khan. All right, verse 11. Knowing therefore the terror of the Lord. See, the Lord brings terror in different ways. He brings terror through destruction. He brings terror through wrath. He brings terror through, your mind. He can terrorize your body. He can terrorize your spirit, your soul. So knowing, therefore, the terror of the Lord. So terror comes from the Most High, even if it's on a white man's kingdom, even if the Bush administration, the Illuminati, and the CIA orchestrated 9/11, it still was from the Most High Christ and the angels. All right? It says, knowing, therefore, the terror of the Lord, we persuade men. So knowing what the Most High is capable of, on 9/11, look at 9/11. He brought them towers down. In an hour and a half, in 90 minutes, them towers were gone. They were down. They were imploded. Ain't no damn jet fuel from no damn planes, jets, whatever, melted the steel structure and they collapsed. No. Like I said, go and watch that movie, World Trade Center. And they show you in that movie, you can hear when the firefighters throughout the building, you hear explosions going off. Or hell, should I say implosions? All right, you hear them going off in the background. Because what? They had C4 explosive planted in the building. So when them C4 explosives were detonated, it brought the towers down. That's what brought the towers down. All right? It says, we persuade men, but we are made manifest unto Yahweh, and I trust also are made manifest in your conscience. In other words, Paul was saying, right? In other words, what Paul was saying is these words that we teaching you, they got to be made manifest in your mind and in your conscience. All right, you got to think about this stuff like, damn, that's what the Most High Word says. That's what the men that's teaching me, that's bringing out the word of the Lord, is telling me I need to repent and get myself right. All right, from there, let's go to Luke 13, 1 through 5. Like I said, I just got a few scriptures for y'all to go through. We can get tons, but these are just some of the main ones. Can somebody find me? Like I said, this was an impromptu lesson. I just did this off the rip real quick since it was 9/11. Can somebody find me the scripture with Samson in Judges, I believe, where Samson caused he broke the two pillars and he caused the tower to collapse on him, and he killed I think 300 of the Philistines. Can somebody find that scripture and post it in the comments? Because it's going to relate to what I'm going to bring out. Now, this is Luke 13 and 1. St. Luke chapter 13 and verse 1. Shh. All right, St. Luke 13 and 1. There were present at that season some that told him of the Galileans, whose blood Pilate had mingled with their sacrifices. So when you look up the Galileans or Galileans, Salakia, tomato, when you look them up in the Bible dictionary, it tells you these was a group of Jews that Pilate had took and killed them, and then he mingled their blood with their wicked Roman sacrifices. He killed them, drained their blood, and he mixed it with their wicked, like Esau, like the Illuminati do now. They have blood rituals. They drink blood, drink urine, and they mix it with their rituals. Same thing the Romans was doing back then. Nothing new under the sun. That's Judges, what, 16 and 30? I believe that is. All right, Judges 16. Okay, Khan, the water, y'all. Read the whole chapter of Judges 16 I gave. Read the whole goddamn book. All right? Read the whole, not goddamn, Salakia, y'all. Read the whole book. But anyway, so Pilate had took these Israelites, killed them, and mixed their blood with his wicked Roman sacrifices. It said, and Yahushua answering said unto them, suppose ye that these Galileans were sinners above all Galileans because they suffered such things? Meaning, because they died so harshly, you think that they were sinners above all other Galileans because they died so harshly. Verse 3, I tell you nay, but except ye repent, ye shall all likewise perish. So Yahushua was saying, listen, a black, Latino, or Native, because there was Israelites that died in 9/11. Don't get it twisted. A lot of our people think the Most High, they made it out of them towers. And certain brothers and sisters was like, yo, the Spirit had me not go to work that day. My god sister said, look, once the first plane hit, I left. She said, when the first plane hit, I hopped on the train and went home. The firefighters would tell, oh, go back to work, go back to work. Go back to work. Go back in the building. Go back to work. We're going to just put the fire out. It's nothing. Go back to work. No. You get a plane crash into a damn building. I'm getting the hell out of there. The hell you mean go back to work? And some of the conspiracy theorists brought out that they was telling the people that so it can be some casualties, because they wanted some casualties so that it can be sympathy. It had to be some human sacrifice. All right. It had to be a blood human sacrifice for the war on terror. All right. So verse 3, I tell you nay, but except ye repent, ye shall all likewise perish. Verse 4, or those 18 upon whom the tower and Siloam fell and slew them, think ye that they were sinners above all men that dwelt in Jerusalem? So that tower in Siloam, it was a tower there where some people was in, and it just happened to collapse. All right. And 18 people died in that tower. Showing you, even in ancient time, that's a way that people could die. And also you can read Judges. You can read Judges 16, where Samson knocked the 2 pillars out and it collapsed. Even though he died, he killed the 300 Philistines with him. So the Most High can, like that building that collapsed in Miami. Y'all remember earlier this summer, I believe it was, that building had collapsed in Miami. And they still can't get the damn death toll straight, because a lot of so-called white Jews lived in that building. And I guess they want to keep the death toll down, or Esau. Oh, it's 18 bodies, but 167 people missing. Where the hell you think they at? They in that rubble. Just like 9/11. That's why I said we probably would never really know the real death toll, because when Giuliani said to scoop the stuff up, they started just coming and scooping that rubble up. They wasn't looking for no bodies in there. You probably would never really get the official death toll. That's just the bodies they found. They claim 24, 2,700, whatever the case may be, just a little shy of 3,000, I believe. Whatever, they play with the numbers. All right, but it said that tower in Siloam collapsed and killed those 18 people. All right, it says, I tell you nay, but except ye repent, ye shall all likewise perish. See that? The Most High, whether it be man-made or, the Most High allow it to happen. You could just be in a building and it just collapse. Ain't no plane got to hit it or it got to be blown up. The Most High can do it either way. But the Most High is letting you know he can cause a tower to collapse on people and kill them like he did on 9/11. It's just that those were imploded. It says, or these 18 upon whom the tower in Luke 13:4, upon whom the tower in Siloam fell and slew them, think ye that they were sinners above all men that dwell in Jerusalem? I tell you nay, but except ye repent, ye shall all likewise perish. So you think, let's say an Israelite, whether in the truth or not, because I heard 1 or 2 brothers or sisters that was in the truth died in 9/11. It was the Most High judgment. I heard a Judite brother from Flatbush, Brooklyn, and I believe I heard a Ephraimite or Simeonite brother. They said them brothers died in the towers. So you might say, that's a harsh way to die. Remember, them towers, man, if you imagine, I don't even want to imagine, but imagine you 98 floors up in the sky and it collapsed under you. Wait a minute, what about if y'all watch the CBS documentary or the Robert De Niro documentary? It shows you them Edomites jumping out. And not even a documentary. You've seen that on the news and different stuff. Remember the Edomites were jumping out from the 100th floor? I don't know, but most of the people that jumped out the towers look like Edomites to me. I didn't really see no Jake. But there were black and Latinos in the towers. There was at least 2 accounts that I know of people in the truth that were in the towers when they collapsed and they died. But the scripture says, since they suffered a harsh death, do you think they were sinners above all? Christ said, no, but except you repent, you shall likewise perish. Meaning, because you die such a harsh death, doesn't mean that you committed such a great sin. He said, look, except you repent from the least of your sins, I can give you a horrible death. So I don't know what them brothers did, what them sisters did, whatever, but they died in them towers. Even though it was mostly Edomites and heathens from what I know, with the 9/11 memorials and stuff, the families and the people you see is mostly heathens. I would say about 70, 80% of it is heathens. But some of our people died in there too. And the Lord said, were they sinners above all because they suffered such a harsh death? That's a harsh death. Imagine you on a 98th floor. It's on fire. All right, the floor is about to collapse. Either you're going to die from the fire. The fire is coming at you. You're going to die from that. You're going to die from the fumes, the smoke. You're inhaling the smoke. The floor is giving in. You're going to die from the collapse. Or maybe if I jump out of this building, I got some way of surviving. I might just hit that ground, but listen, 98 floors up in the air, I don't think so. But people were jumping out. They were jumping out. They said, listen, I'd rather take a chance hitting the ground than this goddamn fire burning me up. That was serious, y'all. Y'all saw them videos. Y'all saw them videos. The Most High don't play. That stuff was intense. I don't know about y'all. And I'm not trying to sensationalize it, y'all, because I'm doing a video. But from them videos, I imagine being there in person. Like, y'all remember Esau committed suicide at our camp in Hollywood about a month ago? Remember Esau committed suicide? If y'all remember that, say con 777. Esau committed suicide at our camp in Hollywood, H.O.I, Los Angeles. He jumped off the 4th story and smacked to the damn ground. And I saw that. I watched the whole thing. I thought I had the whole thing on camera, but the way I was holding the camera, brothers got on me. But anyway. But I saw it, heard it, everything. Esau committed suicide right in front of us at the camp on Hollywood and Highland, H.O.I, Los Angeles. He smacked his ass to the ground. All right, jumped off the 4th floor story and smacked to the ground. But I saw that whole thing. I saw Esau come off the roof. I saw it. I saw the impact. I heard it. I heard the smack to the ground and everything. Now imagine somebody doing that at 88 stories up, 98 stories up, 105 stories up, 103, even 70, 60, 50, 40, 30, even 20, even 10. Imagine them doing that. That's horrific, but that's the power of the Most High. All right, horrible judgments upon Esau, so he can cause a horrible death upon you, save you repent from the least of your sins. That's the moral of that. All right, from there, let's go to Luke. We're going to go to Luke 18 and 7 now. Let's go to the book of Luke, chapter 18 and verse 7. And it reads thus and so. Luke 18 and 7. Y'all can read verses 1 through 6. This is the parable of the avenger. All right, the avenger is H.O.I, but this is the parable of the avenger. All right, Luke 18 and 7. And shall not Yahweh avenge his own elect? So what did the Most High do? He avenged us on 9/11. Don't you know under the World Trade Center, there's Negro slave burial grounds? Don't you know all of Lower Manhattan? They got a slave museum in Lower Manhattan. Down by Brooklyn Bridge, they got a slavery museum. Down by Lower Manhattan is those were slave burial grounds down there. All right, there was auction blocks down there on Wall Street and different things of that nature. All right, the Wall Street got its name from Esau building a wall to keep Gad from coming in invading from the other islands, from the other boroughs, because Esau claimed they bought the island of Manhattan, Peter Minoid, for some beads, $24 and some beads, which is a damn lie. All right, you stole Manhattan and then you built a wall to keep Gad from coming in. All right, but all that Lower Manhattan area got blood on it, man. That got Gad's blood. You got the nerve to have the down in Bowling Green, they got the Native American Museum down in Bowling Green in Lower Manhattan. Got the nerve to have the Native American Museum after you slaughtered, killed, raped, robbed, and murdered our so-called Native American brothers and sisters, our Gadites. So Lower Manhattan got a lot of blood on their hands. So the Most High avenged us on 9/11. And who predominantly died in 9/11? Even though it was some of our people too. Because the Most High said, you know, he going to judge everybody. But it was mainly Esau and the nations. The Most High got them back right down there where they spilled a lot of our blood, where a lot of our suffering happened and everything. Got to have nerve to have the Native American Museum and a slavery museum down there. All right, all that blood you done shed, all them Negro slave burial grounds you got on Lower Manhattan. So the Most High made it a burial ground for you. Oh yeah, but it's probably still some body parts and little stuff that got caught up in that debris that never really got dug up, that's built down there now, that's built within the monument now. So now that's your grave, Esau, in 2001 and beyond. And when the Most High nuke this whole place, the whole of Manhattan is going to be your damn grave. All right, so reading on, it says, which cry unto him, cry day and night unto him. Shall not the Most High avenge his elect? We cry day and night unto him. Salakia. Though he bear long with them, I tell you that he will avenge them speedily. Nevertheless, when the Son of Man cometh, shall he find faith on the earth. Because the Most High is saying what? He's going to bring the judgment speedily. But yet and still, when Yahweh shall come, is he going to still find faith? He's still going to find people that believe in him and believe in his return, and he's going to deliver Israel. All right, is he going to find that when he comes? All right, so let's go from there, because that was an event. That was revenge. Avenge means to take revenge for. So that was the Most High avenging us on 9/11. All of our blood, sweat, and tears that we shed on this land, the Most High paid back Esau. Even though some of our people got caught up in the judgment, but that's part of it. All right, so let's go from there. Let's go to Sirach. Let's go to the book of Sirach 14:4, because we all know 9/11 was an inside job. I'm going to quote y'all some other sources before I close out. Yeah, we're going to give it a wind down. Get a few more and start winding down. I ain't even mean to be on here this long. I'm Salaki, y'all. But if I rambled on a little bit, Salakia, I still gave y'all a few scriptures. So hopefully you got edified. If you learn one thing from this lesson, I've done my job. All right, but I'm going to quote some sources after I get a couple more scriptures. All right, Ecclesiasticus 14:5. He that is, Salakia, he that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good to? Salakia, to whom will he be good? Salakia. He that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good? So if Esau will kill 4,000, 5,000, 2,000, 3,000, might have been 10,000, I don't know. If Esau will kill his own American citizens, some of his own white people, what the hell you think he'll do to you? He that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good to? This government don't give a damn about you. That's why they trying to jab you and poison you. And Biden said, our patience is wearing thin. You better take that damn jab. All right? So if Esau will be evil to his own, to who the hell would he be? You can't trust this government. And if he'll be evil to his own, you know he'll be evil to you blacks and Hispanics and Native Americans. You know that. This is not our country. You niggas, a lot of you blacks and Hispanics, you was all patriotic on 9/11. You was going around, you dumb niggas, some of you. You was going around into the hood. They said, in Brooklyn, in East New York, where I grew up at, one of the corner Arab stores out there, they said dudes from the projects came in the stores and grabbed 40s out of the freezers and was throwing them at the Arabs. Was throwing them at the Arabs in the store. You bombed our country, nigga. Nigga, take your ass to the projects and watch and go read a book. This ain't your country. Throwing 40 bottles at the Arabs talking about you bombed our country. Throwing, they say they was attacking cab drivers and everything. Now, I don't give a damn about the Arabs if you attack them. But you dumb niggas, you was patriotic for 9/11, acting like you defending your country when your ass is a slave here. What, you happy because the white man let you go to the strip club? Because he let you shoot each other, you dumb Negroes? Yeah, you niggas was all patriotic all of a sudden on 9/11. I was out on work. I was at work after 9/11, about a month after 9/11. I'm at work, and a Sikh, not even an Arab. Arabs and Sikhs are different, you dummies. Just because they got a turban on their head, and all Muslims don't wear turbans. All right, Israel wear turbans, but a Sikh cab driver drove by in a yellow cab, and some dumb ratchet ghetto hood rat that was working at my job, she gonna say, you dumb motherfucker, F y'all bombed our country. If you don't take your racket ass back to damn Bushwick, Bed-Stuy somewhere, Brooklyn, to your hood, You niggas don't know a damn thing. Like I said, not taking up for the Arabs. I don't give a damn. You can throw a 40 body at the Arabs. But you're defending America. With you black, Latino, and Native American, you had hood niggas talking about, yo, we gonna have to go to war against the terrorists? There is no we, nigga. America's not your land. It was your land. It was your brothers, the Native Americans' land, but it got stolen by Esau. So what the hell you niggas was doing being patriotic and defending America on 9/11? Throwing 40 bottles at the Arabs in the Arab stores. Why you ain't throw 40 bottles at them? Because they exploiting your hood, because they making money in your neighborhood, not giving nothing back. Because they selling drug paraphernalia in the 80s and 90s. They selling crack vials. Yeah, the Arab stores were selling crack vials in the 80s and 90s. Why you ain't throw 40 bottles at them for that? Why you ain't throw 40 bottles at them? Because they were selling illegal guns in the Arab stores so niggas could kill each other. Why you ain't throw 40 bottles at them for that? Why you ain't throw 40 bottles at them? Because they took your little sister in the basement and had sex with her for a box of damn Cheerios and milk because she didn't have her food stamps to feed her children. Why you ain't throw a 40 bottle at the Arabs for that, you coward niggas? Give me a break, man. You always fighting some stupid cause. You blacks and Hispanics, man, give me a break. Or if all else fails, you a thug against each other. You only fighting against each other. Stop it, please. Learn to fight for the right cause. And the right cause to fight for is this truth. If you're going to go out for anything, go out for this truth. All right? But it says, Salakia 14:5, he that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good? He shall, Salakia. All right, he shall not take pleasure in his goods. So, in other words, Esau is so self-destructive, he's not even going to be able to enjoy his own kingdom. You telling people to get the jab, to go to the restaurants and the bars and the places, but now, some Edomite woman came up the other day and she showed Applebee's in New York. It was dead empty. And she said, listen, I've been working here. Normally, we have a massive lunch crowd. It was about 12 or 1 o'clock. She said, it's empty in here because people don't want to take the jab to go eat their lunch. I'll make a damn sandwich at home and sit out in the park and I'll be fine. The hell with you. And United States government, Esau, the powers that be, you damn white supremacists and racists, stop lying and saying it's blacks and Latinos that don't want to take the jab. There's a lot of Edomites, there's a lot of so-called white people and other nations too. So now, you ain't going to enjoy your own play because you're shooting yourself in the foot, Esau. You forcing the damn zombie apocalypse through this jab so bad that what? You causing your own businesses and system to shut down. Nobody want to go nowhere. I ain't taking no damn jab. I eat my lunch. I bring my lunch from home or I get something takeout. I go to the takeout window and get my lunch. So what? Good. I sit in the park. It's still nice outside. I'll sit in the park and eat my lunch. The hell with Applebee's. See that? So if you won't do good to yourself, who the hell you going to do good to? You won't even take pleasure in your own goods. You forcing a damn jab on people and saying you got to have this to come here and that. Now your businesses are suffering. All right, which way you want it? But now we know the elites don't give a damn because they got their money already. You know, everybody under them, they look at as peons. They don't care, but overall, it's going to cause your economy to collapse because nobody going to want to go nowhere or do nothing. All right, so, and one business affects the other. Okay, from there, let's go to Luke 12:8. So if George W. Bush, Dick Cheney, Donald Rumsfeld, Condoleezza Rice, Colin Powell, if they will murder and kill their own citizens, what the hell they would do? If the U.S. government, the Illuminati, the powers that be, the secret dark governments that really control this earth, if they will kill their own people, what the hell will they do to you? If they would destroy their own system, what the hell they would do to you, Negro? Because you're not part of their system. All right, just ponder that. Sirach 14:5. Let's go to Psalms 12:8. Psalms chapter 12 and verse 8. It says, the wicked walk on every side when the vilest men are exalted. So what happened? When the Bush administration got in office, and I say every other administration is wicked as hell too, but when the Bush administration got into office, what happened? Evil walked on every side. Now you got to go to a plane You go to a plane and some dude got to patch your damn rod down. If you go through the damn detector and alarm go off, some dude got to pat you down with the back of your hands. I'm just going to rub with the back of my hands. Homo stuff, man. But this is all because what? When the wicked walk on every side, the vilest men are exalted. When you blow up your own damn towers, all right, blow up your own Pentagon, right, or shoot down a plane in Shanksville. They talking about in Shanksville, Pennsylvania, they overtook the hijackers with the box cutters and the plane crashed. No. The conspiracy theorists bring out that plane was shot down in Shanksville to make it look like it crashed. Also, the structural damage to the Pentagon, it did not come from a plane. They brought out no plane ever hit the Pentagon. No plane parts was found. The hole in the Pentagon was too small. The Pentagon was blown up. There's two theories about the Pentagon. The Pentagon was blown. They had explosives planted, and it said the Pentagon also might have been hit by a missile. Air-to-surface missile or something of that nature. That's two theories. I don't know. I wasn't there. But I know from the imaging that they show of the Pentagon, it does not look like a plane hit it. They lied about that too. So when the wicked walk on every side, the vilest men are exalted. Proverbs 29:2. We don't have to get it. Y'all can put it in the notes. Proverbs 29:2. What happened? It said, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. On 9/11, you had the Bush administration in office, not even a good damn 9 months. And what happened? They blew up the Twin Towers. They destroyed, they attacked their own government. They attacked themselves, which is stupid as hell. Ain't no damn 19 hijackers plus one. That's 9/11. They playing with your mind. That's Job 18:11. Terror shall make them afraid on every side. Job 18:11 is 9/11. 1 + 8 is 9 and 11. It's numerology, and they're messing with you. 19 hijackers with razors and fake ID got on the planes and hijacked them. Get the hell out of here. They did that so they can secure the planes more now, so they can be in your business more now when you're flying. That's what that was. Garbage. That's nonsense, man. Khalid Sheikh Mohammed is the mastermind. And Osama bin Laden from a cave in Afghanistan, him and Khalid Sheikh Mohammed is the masterminds of 9/11. Get the hell out of here. So you telling me Osama bin Laden planned and orchestrated one of the most elaborate terrorist attacks on U.S. or world history from a cave in Afghanistan, and then he escaped on a donkey? Yeah, you got to be a jackass if you believe that. Bah, Shema Mashiach Yahushua. Salakia, y'all, I don't mean to curse and then say Yahushua's name, but you got to be a dummy, a jackass if you believe that. Khalid Sheikh Mohammed is the mastermind. Yeah, he was doing the Harlem Shake. Khalid was doing the Harlem Shake when the towers fell down. Khalid Sheikh Mohammed. Chemical Ali. Comical Ali. Saddam Hussein. All these cast of characters. Get out of here. That's nonsense, man. That was an inside job orchestrated by the United States government. All right, let's continue on. That was Psalms 12:8. I got one or two more, y'all. One or two more for y'all. And we're going to move right along, okay? All right, let's go to Jeremiah. We go to Jeremiah 16 and 17. No, Salakia, my bad. Jeremiah 17, and we're going to start at 15. Jeremiah 17:15. It says, behold, they say unto me, where's the word of the Lord? Let it come now. Well, it's coming, goddammit. The prophecies are all here. That's what we said, of some say with fear. Salakia, y'all really see my background. Doing a little rearranging on the house. Forgive me, y'all. But anyway, it says, behold, they say unto me, where is the word of Yahweh? Let it come now. Oh, you guys been preaching that Bible for years. When is that stuff going to happen? Let it happen now. Why come it ain't happen now? All right, it says, as for me, I have not hastened from being a pastor to follow thee. Right? In other words, listen, I haven't left from the Most High to do his work. See, some people say, where is the word of the Lord? You got even Israelites that know they Israelites say that. Oh, brother, we've been out here for years. I seen brothers walk away from the camp behind that. I seen sisters walk away from it, go back into the world and get comfortable. And say, this stuff, we've been believing in this stuff for 20 years, and it ain't happened yet. I'm wasting my life, man. I'm going to go get me a career, and I'm going to go do me, get me a night. And you can do all that and still be in the truth. There's brothers and sisters in the truth that got decent, good Negro jobs. I know I was getting on the jobs earlier, but there's nothing wrong with having a career job, whatever you want to call it. A way to make your money and survive. We all got to do that. Don't be a fool. You got to get up and do something. I don't give a damn if it's sweep floors, sell some damn hats. Everybody got to do something to make some money, and some of us got to be on Esau job. We understand that. But a lot of y'all went back and y'all put y'all trust in that, and you walked away from the truth, not knowing you can do that and do the truth. Yahweh Shah said, take on my burden as a light burden. All right, reading on, it says, as for me, I have not hastened from being verse 16. Jeremiah 17:16. To follow thee, neither have I desired the woeful day. What is the woeful day? The day of destruction. Remember in Amos, you can link this up with Amos 5, I think 18 on down. It says, woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. In other words, we want the day of the Lord to come, but we want to make sure we get ourselves right before that day comes. Don't be saying, I can't wait till Yahweh shall come and remember in 2 Corinthians 5 and 10? It said we all going to stand before the judgment seat of Christ. Didn't it say that? Whether you did good or bad. So, the Bible is a double-edged sword a lot of times. It doesn't really contradict itself, but it's giving you both sides of the equation. It's telling you desire the day of the Lord, but be careful about desiring the day of the Lord because you want to make sure you better be right on that day. So do you really want that day to come? Or the day ain't come yet. Oh, that give me more time to get right. All right, everybody understand that? Give me a con 777. All right? Because some people get simple and say, well, I thought we supposed to look for the day of the Lord. Yes, but make sure you're right in looking for the day of the Lord. All right, if everybody understand, give me a con 777. All right? It says, thou knowest that which came out of my lips was right before thee. All right, so what? We're saying, Jeremiah said, listen, everything I taught as a prophet was thus saith the Lord. And we second that emotion. Everything we teach as servants of the Most High is thus saith the Lord to the best of our ability. All right, 17. Be not a terror unto me. Thou art my hope in the day of evil. See that? So what happened on 9/11? A so-called terror attack, an inside job terror attack on Esau that Esau did on his own infrastructure. All right. But either way, it is classified as terrorism. All right. It says, be not a terror unto me. Jeremiah 17:17. Be not a terror unto me. Thou art my hope in the day of evil. Let them be confounded that persecute me, but let not me be confounded. Let them be dismayed, but let me not be dismayed. Bring upon them the day of evil. This is what the prophet said. This is what men of God said. So when we go out there and prophesy and teach this word, don't look at us sideways. It says, bring upon them the day of evil and destroy them with double destruction. See that? So what's happening to this society now? I was talking to one of the brothers out here, brother H.O.I. Brother was like, I can't wait to go to camp, because it's prophecy happening every week. I said, hell, there's prophecy happening every day, every hour. All right, the storms, the Hurricane Ida. Now Biden said, our patience is wearing thin. Y'all know, I'm going to have fun with that one, y'all. All right, damn reptilian. Start going into doctrines. Nah, the man looked like Satan, though, when he said that. He looked like his damn skin could peel off and he could be a damn demon under there. But Esau is just he's just a person, a people demon. Most High made him as what the scriptures damn near call him scriptures call him a no people, but you know, they're people but evil people. And they got the look. But it's double destruction upon Esau kingdom. 9/11, 20 years later. The Taliban took over Afghanistan. Even though Afghanistan, that was just an outlet for heroin. That's all America. That's why the heroin, if y'all notice, the heroin problem is so bad in America. In places like Kensington, Philly, and the Midwest, and New York, and certain parts. But I don't see it too much out here on the West Coast. But certain parts of the country is flooded with that heroin. That's all that heroin that they got from Afghanistan, them opium poppy fields. That's when you really research 9/11 and the Taliban, that's why America really went to war over there. Because the Taliban was going to burn down all the opium fields. They was going to burn down all the opium poppy fields. And America said, hell no. All right, I think they estimated something about 45 billion tons or something like that. Some crazy number. That was years ago I read about the conspiracy on that. But you can dig up a lot of that information. Tons of heroin poppy fields that they was going to burn down. The United States said, oh, hell no. We could shoot that in people's arms. And that's what that war was about. And again, 9/11, 9 plus 11 equals 20. 20 years later, America's coming out of Afghanistan. Taliban taking over. Afghan refugees coming here to America, and they're going to get more reparations than you Negroes. Coming over here as refugees. All right, so reading on. It says, Salakia, the Lord said he would destroy them with double destruction. That was verse 18. That's it on that. Jeremiah 17:18. And that's what the Most High is doing. Like I said, Ida, in the midst of Ida, Hurricane Ida, they touched down, I believe, seven tornadoes over New Jersey. All right? In the midst of Ida, while you have massive floods and rain, there were houses exploding. There were houses literally blowing up in the middle of Hurricane Ida. Damn, if the water wasn't enough damage, your house blew up. And see, a lot of the people, what happened? You got these nice, cushiony lives in America. You got your job. You got your nice house. Your house is hooked up. You're prideful. You think you don't need nothing. You think you don't need the Most High. And what happened? The Most High flooded your ass. And FEMA going to take a while to give you some money. They claim FEMA, you can get disaster relief from FEMA, but it's going to take a while. All right, so now all your goods are flooded and wet and destroyed. See that? The Most High got many ways to bring judgment on this society. All right, so that was Jeremiah. So we're going to go from there to Isaiah. Isaiah 54. Let's go to Isaiah 54, and that'll be my last one for now. Then I'm going to quote a couple of sources, and we're going to go from there. Isaiah 54, and Isaiah 54, and we're going to start at 11. Isaiah 54 and 11, we're going to read all the way down to the end. Isaiah 54 and 11. Salakia, let me sit up. Sit up, have some posture, young man. Like your teacher, remember your racist Edomite teacher used to tell you that in 3rd and 4th grade? Sit up! Don't slacken my chairs. Sit up and have some posture, young man. Racist damn Edomite teacher. Right, but anyway, Salakia. Isaiah 54:11. O thou afflicted, tossed with tempest, and not comforted. Behold, I will lay thy stones with fair colors, and lay thy foundations with sapphire. So basically, the Most High is saying to Israel, I'm going to take you from your afflicted state and you're tossed to and fro like a tempest. The Most High said that's how our affliction is. Like you saw that storm, like you saw Hurricane Ida. That's how we are in our affliction, just destroyed, tossed to and fro. All right, it says, and I will make thy windows of a gates, and thy gates of carbuncles, and all thy borders of pleasant stones. Meaning what? Like it tell you in the Apocrypha and Revelation. Our kingdom is going to be with precious stone. The street's going to be paved with gold. Our windows going to be made out of fair stones. That's how beautiful our kingdom is going to be. Salakia. Verse 13, and all thy children shall be taught of Yahweh, and great shall be the peace of thy children. In righteousness shalt thou be established. Thou shalt not be far from oppression, for thou shalt not fear, and from terror, for it shall not come near thee. All right, so a lot of us, you know, like I said on 9/11, man, I was supposed to go to work, but I overslept, and my job, I didn't even get a chance to call into my job because 9/11 happened, and you know, a lot of people didn't go to work for the next couple of days. I was like, I'm not going to work. You know, I'll call them and tell them I'll come back next week or something. You know, I had one of them jobs that was kind of flexible. They wasn't strict, so you know, thank the Most High, because some of my coworkers said, man, they was working out like in the suburbs and different places, because we used to go to different locations to work. Man, some of them said they didn't get home till 9 and 10 and 12 o'clock at night. They were stuck in traffic for 7 hours. I was like, oh, the Most High kept me home that day. But I ended up in a damn jail cell that night because we got locked up on 9/11. I'll tell that story a little bit in a minute after I quote the sources. But reading on, it says, and all thy children shall be taught of Yahweh, and great shall be the peace of thy children. Verse 14, Isaiah 54:14. In righteousness shalt thou be established. Thou shalt be far from oppression, for thou shalt not fear, and from terror, for it shall not come near thee. Behold, they shall surely gather together, but not by me. Yeah, some of you Negroes going to these marches, going to these 9/11 memorials. Shout out to H.O.I, New York, New Jersey, and Philly. They went down to Ground Zero today and rebuked your 9/11 memorial. Yeah, shout out to H.O.I Philly, H.O.I Jersey, and New York. They went out there to they went down to the World Trade Center today and had a camp. They had a full-day camp out there and rebuked your 9/11 memorial by Shema Mashiach Yahushua. All right, it says you're gonna gather together, but not by me. Listen, if somebody, your family member, loved one died in 9/11, hey, it was just time for them to go. Remember them. Most High will, you'll see them in the kingdom. All right. It says, whosoever shall gather together against thee shall fall for thy sake. So anybody that come against believing Israelites that are keeping the commandments, they're going to fall. Verse 16, behold, I have created the smith that blow off the coals and the fire. And I hope China attack Taiwan, because America is having a goddamn it's a uprising in the military. A lot of the military workers and staff and that's in the they walking off. What you gonna do? You gonna put them as AWOL? Now you're about to have an uproar in the military. You're about to have a big divide and chaos in the military. All right. It says, behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work, and I have created the waster to destroy. Check that out. The Most High created that nuclear missile. So go ahead and attack Taiwan, China, and let America try to get involved, and let's see how that turns out. Let World War III come down. All right? But the Lord said we will hear wars and rumors of wars. That's why a lot of times you brothers be sending me articles and stuff, and I may teach on them. I may bring them out. But I've been seeing articles about tension between China, Russia, the Middle East, the European. You're just different. All the players in World War III. Damn it, bring them bombs on. That's all I'm worried about. But, you know, we speak on it as it happened because it is prophecy, wars and rumors of wars. All right, verse 17, Isaiah 54:17. No weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper, and every tongue that shall rise up against thee in judgment thou shalt condemn. This is the heritage, Salakia, this is the heritage of the servants of Yahweh, and their righteousness is of me, saith Yahweh. See that? So no weapon that is formed. No terror attack, inside job, whatever. And y'all got to remember, just because we in the midst of the pandemic, don't mean it can't be another terror attack. They can say the Taliban, they could be setting it up. The Taliban, the Taliban is back in power. They're a threat again. Here come another Osama bin Laden, or here come another Sheikh Khalid Muhammad. Harlem Sheikh Khalid Muhammad. Do the Harlem Shake. No folly, no folly, no folly. But yeah, you never know. They could be set. They could be lining it right up. Oh, they attacked us again. See that? So all manner of prophecy. I know a lot of y'all talking about the mark of the beast, the chip, the vaccine, whatever. That's big talk now. Even though, you know, with the mark of the beast, if you're going to say it's a microchip, then you got to say it's the vaccine. If you're going to say it's the vaccine, you got to say it's the mask. Because what now? Right now, certain places, you cannot buy or sell if you're not vaccinated. And the vaccination don't have the chip in it. It don't have the RFID. It don't have the RFID 666 chip in it, which most brothers teach that that's the mark of the beast, the brothers that teach that doctrine. Now, they claim it has nanotechnology. They claim it has nanochips in it, microscopic nanochips. Okay, that remains to be seen. I mean, you're not swimming inside the damn McDermott vaccination liquid, jab liquid, to know if there's nanotechnology in there, in the liquid. But I know that that needle is too small for the RFID 666 chip for it to be in a vaccine. So now we got a problem. Because I'm just saying, a lot of y'all want to believe that the chip is the mark of the beast, but what is the mark of the beast? You cannot buy or sell certain places right now if you don't have a damn mask on. They will tell you to get, they can refuse service to you. You cannot buy or you cannot go in certain places if you're not vaccinated right now. If you don't have a vaccination card, they can refuse service to you. You cannot buy or sell. And there is no chip in nowhere. You got a vaccine. I'm hit you with something. Some people are not vaccinated and they got fake jab cards. What about them? They showing they ain't got no microchip in them. They showing, oh, I could buy or sell. Ain't nobody scanning no chip in their right hand or forehead. So that's just something to think about, Israel, when we want to believe in these different doctrines. That's all I'm saying. You want to believe, like I said, you want to believe that the microchip is the mark of the beast, knock yourself out. But I'm just saying these are things that cause skepticism with that doctrine. Because we're in a time right now where you cannot literally buy or sell without a mask or a vaccine in certain places. So is the mask or the vaccine the mark of the beast? Because you cannot buy or sell. And a mask is not a microchip. A mask is nowhere near. Don't tell me the bar that goes across the nose has metal in it. They don't give me that garbage. It does. It has a little piece of metal in it, but that's not a chip. So that's all. I'm not knocking my butt because brothers get sensitive and get, you know, upset or whatever because you don't believe the same thing they believe. You know, I still got love for my brothers that believe that. You believe that, you believe it. But you have to ask yourself, well, which one is the mark of the beast? Or are there various mark of the beast? That's all I'm saying. I thought it was the chip. But now you literally cannot buy or sell. Now, is that stopping other people from buying and selling? No. Because you don't got to go in certain places. You can order everything now. Amazon. You can order food, supplies, everything. And you don't need a microchip. You don't even need a credit card. You need a credit card number. You can just put your numbers in and get stuff now. And if your card is saved in the system, they already know what card to deduct the payment from. And when Amazon come to your door, they don't scan a chip in your hand. So there are people buying and selling right now without a chip. But there are people that can't buy and sell right now without a vaccine or a mask. So I'm just putting that out there, Israel. All right. We got to, you know, question every angle of these different teachings. Okay, so it says, no weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper, and every tongue that shall rise up against thee in judgment thou shalt condemn. This is the heritage of the servants of the Lord, and their righteousness is of me, saith Yahweh. All right, so no weapon that is formed against you shall prosper. That's the heritage of the Lord. Okay, so now I'm just going to quote a few sources that you can read about 9/11 and get evidence and proof that it was an inside job. All right, I'm going to start with two books. Two books that are good that I've personally checked out concerning 9/11. Matter of fact, three books. I'll quote three, but two. The first one is 9/11, The Big Lie. The first book is called 9/11, The Big Lie. The author is Thierry Myson. Thierry, Thierry, Myson. Misone. Now, Salakia, I believe that's the spelling. When I was looking at it, I was looking at it kind of quick. But if I spelled it wrong, that's similar to the author's name. I think I spelled it right, but look it up. It's called 9/11, The Big Lie by Thierry Myson. And that book, Thierry Myson is a French, he's an actual French, I believe he's an ex-French intelligence worker or military worker or something. He's some kind of connection to the French government, right? And in that book, he brings out how Al-Qaeda just simply meant the base, as in computer database. Al-Qaeda was never a legitimate terrorist organization. Al-Qaeda stood for the base or the database in Arabic or Afghan or whatever language it was. It stood for the base, as in the database. That was the database that the CIA kept when they was training and giving weapons to the Taliban and the Afghan rebels when they fought the Russian-Afghan War. When they fought the Russian-Afghan War from 1979 to 1989. And the reason why the Afghan rebels was able to defeat the Russians because they had $3 billion worth of training and weapons from the CIA, from the American CIA. The American CIA trained and gave weapons, the surface-to-air missiles. That's how they were shooting down the Russian planes. Because the Afghans, their military wasn't strong enough to defeat the Russians, but they defeated the Russians. The Russians retreated. In 1989, they retreated. The Red Army retreated back to Russia after that 10-year war they fought with the Afghan rebels. But they did that because of the help of the CIA. But Al-Qaeda was made up to seem like a terrorist organization, but that was the code name. It just simply meant the base. And that was the code name for the files that the CIA kept when they were giving money and training and weapons to the Afghan rebels. That book, 9/11, The Big Lie, it tells you that in that book. But read the whole book to expose the lies of 9/11. All right, that's 9/11, The Big Lie by Thierry Myson. And like I said, in post-production, we will edit some of this stuff, the covers of the book and things of that nature into the video. But I'm just doing this impromptu live here on Facebook. But we'll do some editing and jazz it up for y'all later on. Salakia. All right, so if you don't get it on here, it'll be in an edited version. But everything, I'm going to quote everything carefully so you can look these sources up yourself. The next book is called Alice in Wonderland and the World Trade Center Attacks. Alice in Wonderland and the World Trade Center Attacks by David Icke. David, we all know how to spell David Icke, I-C-K-E. David Icke is a very well-known conspiracy theorist. A lot of his information is good and true. Some of it is bugged out. Eat the meat, spit out the bones. All right, by David Icke. David Icke, I can look him up. He's a conspiracy theorist, been around for years. A lot of his information is good. Some of his information, like I said, chew up the meat, spit out the bones. All right? By Alice in Wonderland and the World Trade Center Attacks. What's significant in that book? In that book, it tells you that there was a pilot in a control tower on 9/11 in New York, somewhere in New York or somewhere. That pilot heard when the F-16s were told to stand down. That pilot overheard the transmission when the F-16 military fighters were told to stand down and not shoot these planes down, if there were planes at all. But there's different conspiracy theories, but we know that 9/11 was still an inside job. This book tells you about the pilot that was in a control tower and heard when the F-16s were told to stand down and not to shoot the planes down if there were planes at all. But this pilot was in a control tower and he heard certain things he wasn't supposed to hear. On November 11th, Sunday, November 11th, 2001, me and H.O.I at the time, Brother Bunloya, rest in power, Brother Manashar, Tawabra Cobb, I think Basadar, the old H.O.I, we had a 9/11 party. All right? Y'all might say, y'all sick. Yeah. We had a 9/11 party. We had a 2-month anniversary on the date 9/11 party. The wives cooked food. We had drinks, you know, Yun, Manischewitz. We had a party. Played music, played games, watched TV. We had a ball at my house. I was at my house. I had about 30 people stuffed up in my little living room when I lived in East New York, Brooklyn, me and my wife. Right? But we had a 9/11 party. We came together and celebrated. We said we got to have a celebration, you know. All right, don't think I'm crazy because there was some of y'all brothers got drunk on 9/11. Some of y'all brothers called me, was like, yo, I'm drunk. Y'all done drunk like the whole pint, whole fifth to myself. Yo, I went to the store, got some 40s. I'm celebrating, knock. I'm over here roasted. All right, but anyway, we had a 9/11 party on November 11th, 2001. On that weekend, George W. Bush was in town that weekend. On November 12th of 2001, Flight 587 crash landed over Broad Channel, Queens. Broad Channel, New York, Queens. Flight 587 on the way to the Dominican Republic. In this book, David Icke tells you that that pilot that was in a control tower on 9/11 and heard certain things that he knew the government was involved, that pilot was on that plane. And that George Bush came into town, into New York that weekend to make sure that pilot was killed in that plane crash so he don't expose what he heard on 9/11 and expose that it was an inside job. That's what David Icke tells you in Alice in Wonderland and the World Trade Center attacks. And the whole book is good, exposing 9/11. But that's just one. I'm reading main excerpts from these books. All right. The next book is Behold a Pale Horse by William J. Cooper. That's a classic. Behold a Pale Horse covers all the government conspiracies, from the UFOs to terrorism to everything. That's just an overall good book. But the first two books I quoted was directly dealing with exposing 9/11. So those are some sources y'all can look up. All right, 9/11, The Big Lie by Thyre My Son, Alice in Wonderland and the 9/11 Attacks by David Icke, and Behold a Pale Horse by William J. Cooper. All right. I told y'all earlier about the Loose Change documentary, Loose Change Volumes 1 and 2. That's a documentary exposing 9/11. It's on the underground. Y'all just going to have to search wherever to try to find it. If I find it somewhere, I'll let y'all know. Check in with me in a week or two. I'll see if I can find that documentary, because I believe they scrubbed it off the internet. I was looking on YouTube and I couldn't find it. Maybe I needed to dig a little bit deeper, but I didn't see it nowhere that I was looking. Loose Change, Volumes 1 and Volume 2. That's a good documentary you can watch exposing 9/11. All right, also, look up Paul Wellstone. Senator Paul Wellstone of Minnesota. Paul Wellstone, I believe he died in 2002 or 2003. October, I believe it was October 25th, 2002 or 2003. Y'all can look it up. Paul Wellstone, spelled just how I said it, Well, W-E-L-L Stone. Paul Wellstone was a senator in Minnesota, and he didn't agree with the 9/11 Commission, so he launched his own separate investigation into 9/11. And he was very vocal and active with finding out the truth about what really happened on 9/11. Mysteriously, a year later or 2 years later, he was dead in a plane crash. They killed him in a plane crash. And we know a lot of times that's how the government will kill you too. They claim that the CIA killed Osama bin Laden's brother and father in a plane crash. They killed them in a plane crash, I believe, back in the 70s, if I'm not mistaken. But Paul Wellstone, Senator Paul Wellstone of Minnesota, look him up. He was very vocal, outspoken, and he launched his own investigation, or he was about to, something like that. He did, or he was about to launch his own private investigation into what really happened on the 9/11 attacks, and boom, mysteriously he died in a plane crash, or they plane crashed at him. All right? The next source is, look up a woman by the name of Beverly Eckert. Beverly, we all know how to spell Beverly, like Beverly Hills. Eckert, E-C-K-E-R-T, or it might be 2 T's. Beverly Eckert. Beverly Eckert's husband died in 9/11. Her husband died in 9/11, and she was very vocal in investigating the 9/11 attacks also. She even asked Osama. She even asked Obama. At one time, she asked Obama, and I believe this was on camera. I was trying to look for it earlier, but I couldn't find it. She asked Obama, are you going to continue the investigations into 9/11? And shortly after she asked Obama that, she was dead. She died in a plane crash up in Buffalo, upstate New York. Her and about 50 other people. Beverly Eckert was also killed in a plane crash. And she was very active and vocal, and even asked Obama, because she became so famous, she became so known, politicians and everything knew about her. So she asked Obama, in your administration, are you going to continue the investigations into what really happened on 9/11? After that, she was dead. I think about a week or a month, but some short time frame, Beverly Eckert was dead. Look her up also, Beverly Eckert, Edomite woman. All right, we spoke about Flight 587. Yeah, so I was back to November 11th, November 12th, around that time. And that was the 2-month anniversary of 9/11. And they bring out that that pilot was killed in that plane crash while George W. Bush was in town. And the conspiracy was that he was in town to make sure that hit go down. So that pilot don't talk, to make sure that plane get crashed at it over Broad Channel. All right, so these are just some deep theories you can look into to show how 9/11 was a conspiracy and an inside job. All right, the so-called war on terror. All right, the so-called war on terror. They invaded Afghanistan eventually. When you do research on that, they wanted the heroin, opium in Afghanistan. You can find that information out. They attacked Iraq in spring of 2003. They attacked Iraq. Colin Powell held up some fluid, some mystery fluid, to the camera and said, this is proof of WMDs in Iraq, weapons of mass destruction in Iraq. He held up some fluid. I'm not even going to say what the fluid looked like. It's too disgusting. He held up some fluid. We don't know what the hell that fluid was in that damn glass container, and said, this is proof that Saddam has weapons of mass destruction. Because what happened is the defense contractors that Cheney, Bush, Rumsfeld, and the Bush administration had invested in, they were making a lot of the weapons and supplying a lot of the logistics for the military in the war in Afghanistan and Iraq. So they started them wars so they can make money through their defense companies. All right, and that's general information. That's Donald Rumsfeld, Dick Cheney, Bush. You know, you can look all them up during that time. They were all involved on that war on terror because they were making money through the defense companies. All right, so that's just some things y'all can check out. A couple of movies. I'm going to quote a couple of movies. Y'all can type in on YouTube, movies that contain 9/11. But some good movies is, the first one is The Long Kiss Goodnight. The Long Kiss Goodnight with Samuel Jackson and Gina Davis. In that movie, towards the end, You got to look for it. Just watch the whole movie because it's good. It shows you how the CIA operates and conspiracies and government setups and things of that nature. But in that movie, the CIA agent says to Gina Davis, no, Gina Davis says to him, you're going to do a fundraiser, right? He said, yes. He said, we're going to kill 4,000 Americans. We're going to blame it on our enemies or the Arabs or something like that so we can get our defense funding. That's exactly what the Bush administration did. They killed about 4,000 people on 9/11. They blamed it on the Arabs, and then Congress had to give them money to go to war. And they got that money because they got defense contracts in these companies that were supplying the weapons and the logistics for the U.S. military. All right, that's a good movie to check out, The Long Kiss Goodnight. And that came out in 1996. In 1996, and I believe that's when the new $20 bill came out that had 9/11 on it. All right, I'm going to show you that in a minute. All right, the next movie is The Siege by Denzel Washington. The Siege with Denzel Washington and Annette Bening, where they blow up a federal building. They blow up a federal building in that movie, and they blame it on the Arabs. And the whole movie deals with Arab terrorism upon U.S. soil and things of that nature, concentration camps, things of that nature, war against Muslims, lockdown, martial law. That's a good one, too. The Siege with Denzel Washington and Annette Bening. Another one with Denzel in it is Ricochet. Now, Ricochet is kind of abstract. I would have to break that. Not to say I can't pick up on certain things, but I would have to break some of that down to y'all. But in the movie Ricochet with Denzel Washington does a drug bust. He does a drug bust, and the date of the drug bust is September 11th. All right? September 11th is in a lot of movies because they let you know that was a date. As a matter of fact, on September 11th, 1990, is when Senior Bush said, we have a new idea, a new world order. Well, he made that speech on September 11th, I believe 1990 or 1989. And this is all stuff you can look up. All right, but another one is Ricochet with Denzel. And it kind of in a roundabout way, but like I said, that would have to be a separate video. I would have to explain certain things because it's abstract. The next movie is Enemy of the State. Enemy of the State. And Enemy of the State, which I believe Enemy of the State was also made in 95, 96. In that movie, I think, bring me my wallet, baby, in the room with the money in it. I believe Gene Hackman's character was September 11th. I forget what year, but his birthday was September 11th. They subliminally had September 11th in a lot of these movies. They subliminally had September 11th in a lot of these movies. All right, so they tell you straight up in these movies. And y'all know the damn Simpsons is always telling you about something. The Simpsons is always revealing something in that damn cartoon. And I think Family Guy also. But there was many other sources that revealed the 9/11 attacks. Now, those are just some sources that you can look up. Movies, books, videos or whatever the case may be, information. That's just a few. You know what I'm saying? There's tons. And y'all can do your own research. 9/11 inside job, whatever the case may be. And just common sense. Hell, common sense tells you it was an inside job. All right? So that's just some sources y'all can look into. All right? To see that, it was a conspiracy. A lot of people that was trying to find out what happened on September 11th, they ended up mysteriously dying. So a lot went on. Also, you can look up a video on YouTube. It's called $20 bill tricks Twin Towers. So if you fold a $20 bill a certain way, like this, it shows you the Twin Towers on fire and collapsing. All right, and on the side, Salakia, on the side over here it says South Tower. Over here it says ST, and on here NT is showing for South Tower and North Tower. If y'all can't see it, just go to that video I just quoted. But right here, that's supposed to be the South Tower collapsing and the North Tower on fire, because remember, I believe the South Tower collapsed first. And you fold a $20 bill. And what is the $20 bill? What does it look like? An airplane. It's shaped like an airplane. All right? If you fold a $20 bill that way. When you turn it around, this building's supposed to represent the Pentagon on fire. That's the smoke and fire, and that's supposed to represent the Pentagon. And this is supposed to represent the towers. And when you look at it, it has ST and NT, which is South Tower and North Tower. That represents the Twin Towers on fire right here. Right over here, that represents the Brooklyn Bridge. Because the Brooklyn Bridge, you can see the towers coming in from the Brooklyn Bridge. Well, when they was there, not anymore. All right? So if you fold a $20 bill a certain way, you gotta, let me show y'all. Y'all gotta fold it this way first. Even, let me see. Hopefully y'all can get it, but when y'all watch the video, you'll get the tutorial on there also. All right? Hold it upside down like that. You fold it this way first. And then you fold it in the middle like in a rectangular shape. Y'all probably can't get it from me, Salakia, y'all. I'm a bad tutorialist, if there's such a word. If not, I just made it up. And then you get that. And you get the North and the South Tower on fire and collapsing. And the new $20 bill came out when? In 1996. That's when a lot of the movies came out talking about 9/11. And is that I think the NT and the ST. Y'all will see it when y'all fold it. When y'all looking up at it close, y'all will see it. Let me see. Yeah. NT and ST for South Tower and North Tower. All right. And see that? And now, $20 bill. What's 9 plus 11? 20. How many hijackers were there? 19 plus 1. 20th hijacker. What's the main scripture talking about terror in the Bible? Job 18, 11. 1 and 9. 1 and 8 is 9, and 11 is 11. It's all, you can't make this stuff up. All right? So there you go. But go to YouTube and type exactly what I'm going to tell y'all in. $20 bill tricks, Twin Towers. And they'll show you on it a tutorial how to fold it. And it'll show the towers. So this was set up, y'all. The $20 bill came out in 1996. Why is the Twin Towers on there collapsing and burning? In 1996, 5 years before it happened. Because they knew they was going to do it. All right, so once again, and then you just fold it like that. If y'all can get it, but the video will show y'all better. And like I said, that's the Pentagon on that side. And it's the $20 bill. 9 plus 11 equals 20. There was 19 hijackers plus 1. And when you fold it, remember when we was young and we used to fold paper like this and we would say it's an airplane? All right. It looks like a fighter jet. Crashing into your building. It's like a little paper fighter jet that you make. All right. Look at it from the side. See from the side. It's like a plane flying into the towers. Bow. See? So we got you, Esau. Gotcha. All right, now all of y'all, once y'all fold the 20s and see how to do it, unfold them and send the 20s to me. Now, since I showed y'all, goddammit, nah. All them 20s y'all fold, unfold them, and then send them to me. I just messing with y'all. But y'all see that? So this government is exposed, man. They brought their own towers down. And 20 years later, we supposed to cry and weep with you? All right? Yeah, unfold them 20s and send them to me. All right, but, you know, we supposed to believe this government? Hell no. All right? Hell no. So y'all can share anything in a comment board. Like I said, this video is going to be here on Facebook. Hopefully Facebook don't come at me. We're going to rip it and put it on YouTube, but I'm going to talk to the brothers tonight. We're going to try to get an edited version of this. So a lot of stuff I was bringing out, the information can be edited in for y'all. But that's most likely going to have to go to Patreon so we don't get flagged on YouTube. All right, but I'll keep y'all posted. But hopefully you can get the information from this video. All the sources I quoted, just go look them up yourself and get the information for yourself. All right? So that's just, there's a plethora, Israel, out there of information exposing 9/11. But the Spirit just jumped on me for this Shabbat since it's the 20th anniversary of 9/11 and 20 again. All right, send them unfolded 20s now. But I'm just messing with y'all. No folly, no folly, no folly. Now, it's the 20th anniversary, so-called. All of a sudden, they coming out of Afghanistan. They wait 20 years to come out. The Taliban is taking over. They bringing the refugees here right on the 20th anniversary of 9/11. All right, so let me get to Luke 12:2 and 2 Thessalonians by Shema Mashiach Yahushua. All right, so I hope y'all got some edification out of this. Hope y'all learned something y'all didn't know already today. And if y'all have, I've done my job. By Shema Mashiach Yahushua. All right, Luke chapter 12, verse 2. For there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, neither hid that shall not be known. See that? So it's all going to come out. You've been exposed. Your 9/11 been exposed. Inside job. Government hit on its own people. So you can bring in the so-called phony war on terror and your New World Order agenda. All right? Let's go to 2 Thessalonians now. 2 Thessalonians 2:2. And I hope y'all glean something from this lesson. All praises. 2 Thessalonians 2. And let me see. I'm going to get right to the point. Y'all can read verses 1-6 on your own. It's good, but I'm going to get right to the point. 2 Thessalonians 2:7. For the mystery of iniquity doeth already work. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. See that? So the wicked is going to be revealed, who the Lord going to destroy with the spirit of his mouth and destroy with the brightness of his coming. Because what's going to happen? Esau is going to be exposed for being the evil. All right, the Lord said they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. That's why they killed Paul Wellstone. That's why they killed Beverly Eckert, because these were their own Edomite people investigating them and saying, we don't believe the original story. All right, so the wicked is being revealed. And the Lord will destroy him with the spirit of his mouth by us teaching his gospel and destroy him with the brightness of his coming. With Yahweh and the angels in the second coming and the nuclear destruction. By Shema Mashiach Yahushua. So I hope y'all got something from this, man. There's so much other information I would love to go into. But I think I hit some of the main points. If y'all enjoyed the lesson, if you got something out of it, give me a con 777. You brothers and sisters, stay strong, stay in the spirit. Like I said, I hope you got something from this lesson. 9/11 was definitely an inside job. 20 years later, we're not crying for you. All right, like Yahweh said in Luke, you have piped under us and we have not danced. We're not going to dance to your tune. We're not going to cry. What you cry at, we're going to rejoice about. What you rejoice about, we're going to cry at. Because it don't mean nothing good for us. So 9/11 was an inside job. Double destruction is coming upon you. And Revelation is the 18th chapter. The Most High said in 1 hour. That was 90. That was an hour and 30 minutes. But the Lord said in 1 hour, he's going to take down all of Babylon. That's in Revelation 18. He's going to take down all of Babylon in 1 hour. He took down the Twin Towers in an hour and 30 minutes because he wanted you to suffer. He wanted you to see your towers on fire and watch them collapse. But whether that hour is figuratively or an actual hour or it just means a short time, but the Most High said 1 hour he's going to destroy all of America. But it only took him 90 minutes to take down the towers. All right, so that's it. Like I said, hope you glean something from this. Share your thoughts, your comments, your scriptures, any articles, videos, whatever y'all might have about 9/11, your personal experiences, what you was doing on that day, what happened with you, or whatever the case may be. And let's get some edification, all right? So this will be up here live, like I said. I'll rip this and maybe put this on H.O.I. LA, and then we'll try to get an edited version where we can edit some of the information in for y'all so y'all can get a visual, because even though I quoted all the sources, it's good to have a visual sometime too. All right, so with that, I'm going to sign off. Shabbat Shalom for those that it's still maybe the Sabbath, the closing of the Sabbath. For some of y'all, it's already the Sabbath is over. Enjoy y'all Saturday night and the rest of y'all weekend. All praises to Yahweh B'Shua Mashiach Yahushai. Kwame Ashala, we still got next. Hallelujah. Bring it out. All praises to Yahweh and Yahushai forever and ever. Amen. Most I will. Going to head out. Pray for us that we have a blessed night doing this work, teaching the people and trying to wake up the masses to the Most High Yahushai. And we be good in the spirit. All right? So with that, death and destruction to America. Peace, safety in the kingdom of heaven to the 12 tribes of Israel. May more destruction come upon your kingdom. 9/11 is not the beginning. It's not going to be the end. The Most High going to bring more destruction. He brought destruction before that, and he's going to bring more destruction even after this 20 years, and your kingdom is about to fall. All right, Sirach 25:7. He that liveth to see the fall of his enemy. By Shema Mashiach Yahushai. So with that, once again, death and destruction to Esau, the other nations. Peace, safety in the kingdom of heaven to the 12 tribes of Israel forever and ever. Amen. Shalom. Kwame Ashala, we still got next. Hallelujah. Bring it out. H.O.I. pull up boys. H.O.I. to the chariots fly. All the camps in Yahweh and Yahushai forever and ever. Amen. 9/11, 20 years later. By Shema Mashiach Yahushai. Shalom. Kwam Yasha'Allah. Kun. 9/11, 20 years later. Shalom.